Rolling in 3, 2, 1. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Broken Earth. I am your host, Warren. These are my wonderful players. Baker, unfortunately, is unable to make it again this week because he is doing nasty girl things.
Because he a nasty girl.
Yeah. So hopefully we will see him next weekend. And hopefully next weekend we will get into some stuff. But we are going to have a wonderful little session tonight. And I am going to roll the Dice of Destiny to see who's going to tell us all about it. We're skipping Pat in this one.
You're not my dad.
Josh! Rodney Smalls, what happened last week?
We found some imposters of the crows, and then we're told to immediately exterminate them with great prejudice, which we did with great prejudice. And then,
at the cost of almost dying.
yeah, at the cost of an almost party wipe and a suicide bomber, which makes Rodney realize that the uses of explosives attached to something.
Yes. So we're gonna pick it up where we left off. You guys are in the basement of the mill. You are bloodied and bruised, but alive. We
Can
did
I start
have.
off the match?
You are at a different spot, bro. We will come back to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
You
go
were
back to my
walking
corner.
the car.
Yeah, go back in your corner and sulk, Cedar. Anyway, I know someone here, and I believe it was Ket, found loot. Do you have notes of how much loot you found, Ket? Because I am a horrible GM, and I did not watch last week's episode to figure that out.
I think we got like
I
400
remember how
gold or
much
some
loot
shit.
I got.
It was like 400 gold was found in that one room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was. I want to say it was either 4 or 600
yeah,
total.
I don't.
Yeah, all I remember is the 400 gold because that's all I have written down.
Well,
you said 400 was the total at the end.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you guys are walking away with 400 gold. There are some foodstuffs in here that you guys think would be better suited to serve the local community here.
I got a question.
Yes, Cedar.
Did I support in any way, or was some type of useful, or was I just saying, fuck it, I'm gonna chill in the car?
We will come back to you. So yes, what are you guys wanting to do in this mill?
I believe we already.
I want to go check out the upstairs. There was that whole upstairs area.
There was the
with all the
garage
vehicles?
too.
The vehicles.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff?
garage. Yeah.
All right. We have Ket going up and checking out the vehicles. What about Rodney?
I'm gonna go check the vehicles with Kat. I'm gonna
Okay.
rummage through and see what's running. We can drive it
No,
out and
I'm
add it to our
going-
collection.
So when I walked into the garage area, you told me there was a spiral staircase going up.
Yeah. You want to go up there?
Yeah, I want to go up there.
Okay. So we have Rodney going and checking out the vehicles. We have Ket going up the stairs. Morgan, what are you doing?
I'm going to check out the vehicles too.
All right. And Inti?
I'd like to just do a general inventory of whatever the hell I can find, wherever the hell I can get to throughout the entirety of the mill.
So you're not talking about downstairs anymore, like in the basement. You're wanting to go on the ground floor and inventory the boxes and stuff.
I thought you said that we'd look through everything at the ground floor.
No, you guys are in the basement currently.
Okay, yeah, no,
Okay.
then yeah, no, I mean like the ground floor, the mill. That's I want to try and see what all inventory we can loot, like consolidate as much as we can, take as much as we can.
Okay.
Know what there is to take.
Okay, so we're going to start off with Ket. Ket, you climb out of the basement. You go up the stairs, and what you see up in the very top of the stairs, really, you get the sense that the staircase was just an old maintenance stairway, if you will, to maintain the gearing of the mill as far as the upstairs is concerned, which the gearing of the mill has long since been, corroded. It's not really serviceable anymore. You reckon if the villagers could probably, like have some, take some time and actually have the knowledge of how the mill would work, they could probably get it back up and running. But it's going to take a lot of parts. All this is just a continuation, and it seems to be a transmission of sorts where the wind power windmill turns a shaft that connects to that would connect to another gear with with a couple of levers as far as the transmission is concerned, which would turn the shaft going down to where the grindstone would be to grind wheat into flour and things of that nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
other than
at that
that,
point,
there's
I'm just
nothing.
gonna go back downstairs.
Okay. But yeah, other than that, there's really nothing of import up here.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just be shaking my head, going back down towards Josh's character. I'm sorry, I forgot Rodney.
Rodney.
And just shaking my head like, well, that's 5 minutes I'm not getting back.
The rest of you guys, we heard that Rodney and Morgan were specifically checking out the vehicles. We will come to the vehicles last, so we're going to go to Inti. Inti, there are some boxes up here. Most of them are empty, but there are a few with foodstuffs in them that you could that would be best suited for the community. Maybe if the main train, as far as the clan is concerned, were to come up here, they could probably grab some of these supplies. And considering that there's a lot of vehicles that you see your companions are beginning to look over, checking oil, kind of checking the suspension and whatnot. You could see the main train coming up here to at the very least pick up these vehicles. So you just make notes of foodstuffs. There is a large fuel tank here.
So there's no like spare parts or anything like that for anything?
As far as spare parts are concerned, no. But there is a rather large tank of fuel. And when I mean rather large, I would say not like what you would think of as like a diesel truck tank that would fill up like a gas station in the modern day. But there is pretty much like a little pull-behind trailer of a tank filled with fuel.
Like 250, 500, 1,000?
Maybe I'd say anywhere from 250 to 500 gallons of fuel.
Okay.
Yeah, just a small pull-behind trailer with a fuel tank. Not anything grandiose.
Okay.
Is that all you were looking for down here, Inti?
Well, have I only looked, are there any more floors for me to search?
No, you do see Ket coming down what you would kind of think of as a maintenance stairway to deal with the gearing up top, but he seems to have more or less possibly a defeated look on his face, as if there was nothing up there.
Okay. Can I go up there and roll a perception check to see if there's anything else up there, or if there's anything I can do up there?
Sure. Go ahead and make that roll. We're going to move on to Rodney and Morgan. So, Rodney and Morgan, what exactly are you dealing with whenever it comes to the vehicles? Like, what are you trying to do with the vehicles?
We need to get it with.
Yeah, I was gonna look at them, see which ones are operating and running, ones are not operating and running, and then scrap the ones that aren't operating and running.
All of them aside from one motorcycle, because I believe the numbers were 7 motorcycles and 3 buggies. All but one of the motorcycles runs whenever
Correct.
you kick it over, and all of the buggies run. The motorcycle that doesn't run, the reason why it doesn't is because both heads have been pulled off. Give me an investigation check on that motorcycle.
12.
Can I give him a help action?
You may.
Roll at advantage.
Oh, that's so much better. 25.
You have a feeling that all this was just some polishing being done. Polishing the valves. Pretty much just like taking apart the head, making sure all the
Okay.
parts are in great working order. This bike seems to have been taken care of the most. It also seems to have the biggest engine out of all the motorcycles.
So how many motorcycles? 4 motorcycles?
7 motorcycles.
7 motorcycles. And how many buggies?
6 running.
3.
3. So until people want to move away from this project, I'm gonna start taking parts off of the motorcycles and loading to the back of a buggy.
Well, if you would like, you can give me an intelligence check.
You know what
15.
B stands for? B stands for stupid.
So 15. You reckon that these motorcycles would be best suited if you could get the main baggage train, as we can call, of the clan up here. People can just ride these vehicles out without you having to tear them apart. And they seem to be in decent condition.
I was gonna tear it apart for repair parts.
So
the next time our shit goes down, we have parts to fix it.
You're tearing down all of the motorcycles?
Yeah, I was gonna tear down all the motorcycles into the bed of the throw the parts into the buggy.
I'd
Just
tear
drive the
down, like,
buggy.
2.
Well, I mean, I can tear down just 2. Anybody else has input, but he's gonna start tearing down at least 1.
All right. So you were tearing down 1. Inti, what was your perception check?
8.
Well, you see the same thing that Ket saw. You see the mechanism of of pretty much like a transmission that is up top. How it would work is the windmill is driven by wind, which goes into a shaft to the transmission, which transfers that energy down to a shaft running downstairs to what is left of the grindstone.
Could I cast mending to try and repair it faster?
No. It is
Okay.
beyond magical means of repair.
Okay, then can I go down and help? What's his name? Tearing apart the motorcycle?
Sure.
All right, I don't remember any of y'all's names.
It's all
Rodney.
How
good.
can no one
Rod-
ever remember your name, Rodney?
Rodney. Okay, there you go.
It's because Josh isn't important. That's why.
Don't worry about me. I'm just over here tearing shit apart, about to make some more explosives.
Yeah, so Morgrim and Ket, you see your mechanic slash gun repairer slash jack of all trade mastermind mad scientist are tearing apart motorcycles. What are you guys doing? We're gonna start off with Ket.
I feel like Ket wouldn't really have a lot of say in the tearing apart of vehicles. That's not really his forte. So, so we got, okay, let me ask you this. We got money off of, loot and stuff like that. Did we find any ammo? Can I look around for ammunition?
Actually, that's a very good point. I probably should have handled that while NT was searching, but we're gonna handle that now. Go ahead and roll me a percentile die. Morgrim, are you helping?
Yes, I will give help action.
No, roll a percentile die.
Oh,
That
For
is your
what?
2d10.
40.
Huh?
4.
4.
30.
No, it's the two 10-sided die that work together to make a d100. You're rolling that.
49.
49.
This?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then you're gonna roll that and the one with just the singular digits. You're gonna roll them together.
Oh.
Yes.
So 76.
76. Okay. So you guys end up finding 5 boxes of ammunition. And by boxes, I mean like the metal crates that you would typically see 5.56 come in. Yeah. They are filled with various rounds, 2 of which are they are belt fed. Well, like belts of rounds that you would probably put on the 240 that is on the buggy you guys own that is currently dead in the water where Cedar is. So you find 2 of those cans. You find a can of rifle ammo. You find a can of pistol ammo. And you find a can of revolver ammo. The can of rifle ammo has 60 rounds in it. The can of pistol ammo has 49 rounds in it. And the can of revolver ammo has, what was your roll, Austin?
My roll was 76.
76. Actually, what is 76 plus 49? That is...
Well over 100.
Yeah, 125 rounds of rifle ammo. That's what we're going to call it, instead of 60.
Okay, so 125 of rifle, 49 pistol, and 76 revolver.
Yep.
All right, cool. Is there a cap as to how much ammo we can carry? Like on our person?
We're going to say every 20 rounds of rifle ammo is going to be a pound. Every pretty much every 20 rounds of each type of ammo, or it's just going to be a nice round number of 1 pound.
Okay, yeah. Easy math. That's cool.
Yeah. I don't feel like we should be getting too far into that because I don't want to make this too gamey. You know what I'm
All
saying?
the rocket launcher ammo.
Bag
Yeah.
of
Like a
holding.
squirrel.
Just shove all the ammo in my
Shove it
bag.
all in.
I'm not even going to tell anyone my bag. Like, Rodney now has a backpack. He's not telling anyone it's a bag of holding. I'll tell you to keep shoving shit in there.
How about you always see him putting something in the bag, you never see him pull something out. But when you do see him pull something out, it's not something you ever saw him put in.
Right? A fucking magic trick.
Anyway, so yes, who is going to be radioing up to Chandler?
I'll do it.
So yeah, NT, as he's as you see him turning a wrench, he thinks, "Ooh, we should probably let Chandler know what's going on." So he grabs the radio out of Rodney's saddlebag. You click it on. What are you saying?
Hey, Chandler, do you come in?
About fucking time. What happened?
Found a bunch of folks pretending to be us. Killed them, looting all their stuff. That's got some gold, some motorcycles, some buggies, some ammo. Probably gonna need the main caravan to come here or to come up here and help get some of the rest of these bikes. Me and Rodney are tearing apart one of them right now for spare parts. Just want to check in, let you know it's about due north of a town north of us or north of you. Robbing them, saying they were us.
So Cedar, you were hearing this over the radio. You and Marty have been pulling security on the buggy that has been dead in the water. And you're hearing this conversation over the radio. You're hearing NT's voice come over the radio. Chandler says, "All right, 10-4. Bring that oil up to us as soon as possible. We're gonna see if if we can stay in that town for the night, and I'll try to radio up to hire to go up to that town."
10-4. I'm en route with oil in a buggy.
You didn't find any oil.
I didn't.
No.
Well, shit. Scratch that.
We can find some oil.
You were clearing this.
Some buggies, boys.
You were clearing this out for the town, and the town said that they would provide some oil for you.
Ah, okay.
Someone didn't check their notes.
Someone didn't have notes.
Given, taken, I mean, same difference.
Well, then I'd like to take a buggy to the town to get the oil to take to Chandler.
Alrighty. So yeah, Cedar, you hear that conversation happen. Would you like to talk to your compatriots that are north of you?
I'll let them know I'm on my way.
You. That's gonna
Can
be
I
a
do
long
that?
walk, my guy. That's gonna be a very long walk.
I was with the truck. Or one of the trucks.
You're with the main buggy that you guys run around in, with the motorcycles kind of helping, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
is out of oil.
Damn. Well, then I guess I'll stay and keep security up. Just in case more imposters come up.
So yes, NT tells you guys that he's gonna go ahead and grab the oil from the town and run that up to Chandler and the rest of the guys.
Hell yeah.
Is anyone wanting to join him of the other three with NT? Because I know Rodney is taking bikes apart. Is Morgram or Ket wanting to join him?
I feel like I'm gonna die now.
I don't feel like we should be taking bikes apart. Not all of them, at least.
Well, Rodney almost has an engine taken apart. Jesus, what was that?
Hell of echoes with that.
Yeah, but Rodney has one of the engines almost taken fully apart. But he's still wrenching. So is anyone wanting to go with NT, or is NT going to go by himself?
I'll go with NT.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with him.
Alrighty.
I was about to say, I'm just gonna strip this shit down to like a frame. Take all the parts with me.
All right. So
Well, I tell you what. Since Austin, since your character, what's his name?
Morgan.
Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. Since Morgan's gonna go with NT, I'll stay with Rodney and just kind of watch his back, hang out. Maybe I might learn something.
All right. So you're both watching Rodney's back, but also learning a thing or two and helping Rodney turn a wrench. So Morgrim and
Yeah.
NT hop in one of the buggies you guys have just requisitioned. You guys go into the town, let them know, like, hey, you guys don't have a problem with those bandits anymore, but we are going to be needing that oil. It's at that point that they are in jubilation that you guys have gotten rid of their little problem. And they let you know that if you guys end up coming back, you'll have a free place to stay, and they are going to be throwing a celebration in honor of you guys if you would like to partake.
Tell them to expect us. We have booze.
The mayor says absolutely. That is like number one, but they, a few of the townsfolk end up coming out with jugs of oil. Into you reckon that that's more than you'll need, but they load up your buggy and you guys head off with a full tank of fuel as well.
As we leave, I would like to yell "Roll Tide, roll."
They have no idea what you were saying, but they are taking it as a war cry. So now they are
That is okay.
shouting
That is a
out
war cry.
"Roll Tide, roll" as you are driving out of the town.
Yes.
But yes,
Post-apocalyptic Bama fans.
The first Alabama fans in 1,000 years.
Nick Saban will never die.
oh my god. Okay, so. But you guys end up
Look at the
writing.
fear in Austin's face.
Is there any way that I can roll like a history check or something to see if I know what he's talking about?
Because he is not in the area right now, you're at the mill. He was at the town whenever he said that. We will have to see if they say that in the celebration. But I could just see the look on Austin's face of the sheer disgust. LSU will remain forgotten in the apocalypse.
But Bama will never die. Greatness never dies, Austin. Greatness never dies.
We can't hear you.
You were literally only great for 2 people.
Hey, but we still great.
Debatable.
All right.
Not
So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Let's cut the sidebar. We're gonna move on. Morgrim and NT, they end up riding south. It takes them a couple of hours, but Cedar, looking to the north, you do see a buggy rolling up.
Hell yeah.
As it draws closer, you see Morgrim and NT in the driver and passenger seat. They pull up next to you guys, fill up the buggy with oil. It takes a second for it to roll over, but the buggy indeed does roll over until you check the bottom of the engine, and there is no oil coming out. You and Rodney did a very good job in repairing the buggy.
Hell yeah.
What did you say, Morgan?
I'm not there repairing the buggy.
Bang 'em jaw, boys.
No, it was whenever you and NT repaired it before you left. Yeah. But yeah, everyone hops in their buggies, and you guys end up riding back. It takes you guys a few hours. It's getting to be about evening time whenever you guys roll up. We're going to come back to Ket and Rodney. Can you please mute yourself, Ket, if you're going to be coughing in the microphone? Please?
He's dying. As was
My
I.
bad.
Like a dry hit
I'm
on that.
dying. I'll die quietly. Sorry.
Suffer in silence. Anyway. So Kat and Rodney, you two have taken apart one of the bikes fully, and you said that you wanted to take apart a couple of the bikes, Rodney?
Yeah, just for spare parts. I imagine I'd be working on the second one by now.
You are about 3/4 of the way through on the second one by the time you hear the distinct sound of your buggy
Oh,
and the sound of another buggy rolling up to the mill.
the distinct sound of my shit box up.
Yeah. But
Going
yes,
at
The
Mach Jesus.
fucking spoon engine.
No, wait. I know it's my shit box because my shit box has a jukebox strapped to it.
Going at Mach Jesus.
and right
Alright,
now
cool.
it's playing Sharpest Lies by My Chemical Romance. But anyway.
Hell yeah. No, Rodney's ass just under tearing this bike apart and like looking at. Now, see, you take this hose and you pull here and just lets like oil shit fly everywhere. And then grab this part, you rip here.
You were giving.
Like a
You,
hammer
you,
and whack it.
Listening and watching intently. Like, I mean, he's like hanging on to every word, like watching, like, yeah,
Now
Okay.
this is really important. You gotta pull real hard. Just yeah.
the bike almost falls over. Anyway. Chandler ends up walking in on this impromptu instruction given by yours truly, Rodney Smalls. Well, fuck, this is a good find, and he says, kind of looking around in the rest of the garage.
Oh yeah, boss. Just ripping these bikes apart for spare parts. Want anything else torn apart?
Yeah, two of the motorcycles being taken apart is more than enough than what we need. The rest of these will be better suited in the fleet. Good job, guys. Where are the bodies of the fuckheads?
Well, there's the three because I threw one down the hole. So there's the 3 right there. And then I'm gonna point over the hole. There's the dickhead boss, and then there's scattered parts inside.
They're resting in
I'll go
pieces.
ahead and say that while we were waiting, I went ahead and just pushed the other bodies like down into the hole, into the trap door. Just kind of carried them over and dropped them down in the trap door, just to get them out of our way.
Hear the wet splat.
Just the sound of meat just smacking into concrete. Just. Yeah. So Chandler goes
Cat
down.
shivers and gets goosebumps every morning.
So Chandler goes down. Cedar, you are walking in on this now secured area. Looking at your friends, they look like they've been in a fight, like a really, really bad fight. But they're acting jovial.
Okay, well, here we go. So, start healing everybody up.
Yeah, so you should only have 3 spell slots. Who are you using them on?
Oh, that's...
Adrenaline's a hell of a drug.
So, who feels the worst? Or he has the lowest health?
I'm looking all right.
Oh, by the way, Inti, I don't think that we went over your health points. So I believe it's a D8 for the hit die for artificers, right?
Yes.
Roll a D8, add your Constitution, and then take that number and add it to your max health.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Fuck.
I thought
What
we
was my How
when
much
we leveled up,
Constitution?
I thought our health maxed back out again.
We are not going to be doing that because you need. We're going to have you do a long rest to get your max health back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
it was D8 plus what?
I
for my
did not know that.
Constitution?
D8 plus your Constitution modifier.
Fuck, that's only 2. Okay, so health is 12 now.
2. What you got?
Yes. Anyway, so it looks to be. I think everyone is doing okay. It's just some of you are covered with smoke. Maybe a couple
I'm
of
at
you guys
8 out
have
of 12.
blood coming out of your ears.
I have a few gaping holes in
I was
my
gonna say,
stomach
I'm
that are
pretty
slightly closed.
sure I ended up maxing out my health again when I heard we leveled up. So
That's fine. You're about to
but
get
I'm
into a
pretty
long
sure
rest.
I only had like a couple health points. So I'm gonna be one of those that's like bleeding out of the ears with a gash across the forehead or some shit,
Yeah.
Well,
blood
I'm gonna be
seeping out from a
Care of that
rib,
first.
and I'm just gonna start doing burpees. Like, yeah, I feel great.
Ow! 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 Yeah, awesome! Ah!
Can I start doing jumping jacks with a broken leg?
Oh my god!
Crunch, crunch,
Crunch,
crunch.
crunch.
Ow. Ow.
You gotta,
Anyway, we'll say that that with Cedar using all of his spell slots, everyone can get back to max health. We'll just make it easy for right
hell
now.
yeah.
Dash phone.
But yes, what else are you guys doing in here? Marty is following Chandler downstairs to go see what carnage your friends have wrought.
Do I need to
I was
deal
about
with
to say,
any of
So
that?
let me ask you something. These motorcycles that we found versus the ones that we ride, is there anything like, I mean, they were bandits, so is there shit, is this like Mad Max style where the bad guys have like all the spikes and the extra shit and stuff like that?
No, it's more or less like hodgepodge parts put together. Your bikes are definitely in better condition than theirs, aside from the one that was that the heads were being worked on. That one actually seems to be in good condition, almost better condition than your bikes. Unless that specific bike was
What about, I guess
taken.
what I was looking for was more aesthetically. Is there any different aesthetics on these other bikes?
Yeah, the crows take pride in repairing their vehicles the first time, doing it right the first time. These bikes they'll hold up in a fight. It's just you can definitely tell that a lot of the repairs were jerry rigged.
Okay, carry on. We'll talk about that later.
Um,
Can I go ahead and start loading up those food supplies and the boxes of ammo in the buggies?
yeah, sure. You could definitely load up the ammo quite easily. Um, the foodstuffs again, because they're coming in crate form. You would have to have a larger vehicle than just a buggy to transport all of it. But the ammo you can load up just fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't like disassemble or like take the boxes apart to load it up any easier, or would that just be more effort than it'd be worth?
That'd be more effort than it's worth because you'd only be able to put like
Okay,
a
then
quarter
yeah.
of those supplies on the buggy and actually have it be secure.
Okay. Okay, yeah, fuck that then.
And by a
Yeah,
quarter
so
of supplies, I mean quarter of a crate, kind of thing. But also, like I said earlier, these foodstuffs would probably better suit the town.
Oh yeah, so we're going back to the town. As well as
Oh.
that.
Well, I mean, you can let the mayor
mill
know.
is still technically
I
in
have
the
no
town,
idea what
isn't
Yeah.
it? It's just like right there at the edge of the town.
I mean, it's about a mile away from the town, but the town can easily drive out there with like a flatbed truck that you would assume that they would have, and just start loading supplies up to bring it back into the town. Excuse me.
We did enough for them. We almost died for them. The least they can do is go get their own fucking food back.
I'm sorry my mother raised me with manners, even in the apocalypse.
Anyway. So yeah, after everything has been kind of scrapped, or at least the things that you guys are going to be scrapping has been scrapped, I guess the only thing left to do now is to go back into town, right?
Yep. Dispose of the bodies.
All right. So in the town, you can see that they're beginning to pile up some old dried wood in a pile, and as you are beginning to pull up in your vehicles, it's being lit off, and there is a rather large bonfire, pretty much in town square. Looking around you, you can see that some people are beginning to gather. And on the outskirts of this gathering, there are little kiosks being set up with food and trinkets and the like. Merchants pretty much heckling their wares. It almost seems like a county fair, other than the fact that there aren't any rides. But,
Or pig shows. Oink.
Anyway. There is some dancing going on. You can hear a boombox being tweaked with, and then it finally roaring to life. Although this time it's playing some type of like jazzy music.
Party rock anthem.
Some jazzy yet uplifting music. The only person here really truly familiar with old world stuff would be Inti. Go ahead and give me a history check, Inti.
Alrighty. Come on. One thing I actually enjoy in real. That wasn't even the right fucking dice.
D20, my guy.
18.
18. After listening to a couple of the songs, it's making you dig way back into your knowledge of history, but they seem to be playing.
Back in my day.
They seem to be playing some 30s to 40s type music, like what you would probably hear if you were serving in World War II.
Little Louis Armstrong.
Yeah. But it seems to be a lot more clear, as if they're playing tracks that were, I guess redone. Yeah. But it still has that old-timey feel to it. And there are people here who are dancing to it. And what you would expect.
I'm gonna join in with the dancers and just start getting down with them.
I would like to look for an alcohol kiosk before I start dancing.
Well, let me ask you this: does it look like are they like dancing with a partner, or are they just like
Yeah.
free dancing?
It seems to be, if we were to metagame a little bit here, it seems to be swing dancing.
Oh, okay.
Come on,
So
you
what
swingers.
I'm gonna do is I'm gonna survey the area for a female that looks to my liking and alone.
Well, what is particularly your type? Even though the last part of that seemed a little,
Bitches, big
I don't
little
know.
edgy.
bitches.
I don't know. We'll just go with I'm looking for an attractive girl, who doesn't seem to have a partner.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. Inti, it is not hard to find a kiosk that is selling some alcohol. Are you looking for beer? Cheap booze? What are you looking for?
Is whiskey a thing in these days still?
Yeah. It seems to be more or less like moonshiner's whiskey, but yeah.
Even better. I want to go to I want to find the moonshine guy as quick as possible.
Yeah, he'll sell you a quart-sized jar for
For how much?
for 7 gold and 50 and 7 gold and 5 silver. My apologies, I'm totally screwed up on my D&D currency, but pretty much 7.5 gold.
Okay, well we got 400 gold from the loot. Have we already spread that out, shared that.
Are we sharing it evenly with the entire party, Ket?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I would say no, since like 2 of us didn't do a damn thing.
We'll handle that later. So
Okay.
400 divided by 6.
It is kind of fair.
So everyone can now add 66 gold, and we'll just say 7 silver.
Oh
Okay.
yay!
Then I would like to buy 2 quartz. One for tonight and one for the road. And then go ahead and start drinking. And then I'd like to follow what's his dig's idea and start looking around the dance floor.
Yeah. So you go up to this kiosk. The man, he's not as well kept as everyone else seems to be in the town. He only has
I wouldn't
about
trust him if he was.
3 teeth.
That's
2
about
up
two
top.
too many.
2 up top, 1 on the bottom. He has an
I
eye
can dig
patch. He has an eye patch, and if you were to ask him what the eye patch is for, he would lift it up, and he has no eye. All it is just a socket. It seems to have leathery skin, and whenever he grabs a jar,
Sock puppet?
no, a socket, just an eye socket.
Oh, socket. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, whenever he grabs,
Sorry, you're breaking up there a little bit.
my bad. But whenever he grabs the 2 jars for you, you can see his hands are shaking, and he mentions that he needs to grab a swig or 2 for himself to stop the shakes. But you hand him the money, which in total would be 15 gold.
That's a. All right, let me subtract that real quick. It's gonna be.
And as you are looking around, both you and Ket notice a skunky smell in the air. We're going to come to Rodney.
The skanky smell.
Skunky, like a skunk.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah, buddy.
So Rodney.
why all-
Eclipse is doing me good.
Why all the older guys are their shit? Rodney, being pyro he is going to go look for glass jars, and gunpowder.
Well, you could go to the same vendor that Inti went to, and there are piles and piles of glass jars behind the guy.
Oh, sir, how much for those empty glass jars back there?
Silver piece.
Oh, how many does he have back there?
He has a good handful. We'll call it fucking 20 of them.
20 of them? All right, I'm gonna buy all 20. So you said a silver a piece, right?
Yep.
All right, and as he's handing them to me, I just flip my backpack open and I start shoving them.
Just
Yoink.
yeet, yeet, yeet.
Yoink,
Yeah.
yoink. And then,
Um,
hey, sir, gunpowder or explosive reels.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to go on the other side of the plaza over there. There's a gnome. He likes to sell ammunition and the like.
Oh, say less. And then I'm gonna go find said
Can I
gnome.
overhear this and follow him to the gnome?
Indeed, you may.
Hey.
So gunpowder is going to cost a gold. What did I say the gunpowder?
I don't.
I think it was
I
like
had it.
5 gold a pound.
Yeah, 5 gold a pound sounds right.
5 gold a pound.
Yep.
Ooh. So
I'd
let's
like to
see.
ask him what all else he has.
I mean, he has ammunition of all types.
All right, so we're buying 10 pounds of 10 pounds of gunpowder. And that'll be going in my bag as well.
Alrighty.
So I have 20 glass jars and 10 pounds.
All right. We all know what Rodney's going to be spending his time on, either fixing boom boxes or making explosives.
Oh,
Possibly
we're gonna
both.
we're going to make explosives.
Morgrim, you are seeing pretty much. It's quickly becoming a den of the unclean in this celebration.
Excellent.
I'm gonna leave and go to a nice, quiet, secluded place because there's somebody I need to talk to.
You don't reckon that you can find a secluded place? Just because people are spread out throughout the town, you would have to travel quite a ways in order to find some seclusion. But it is quieter out on the outskirts. You do see some people. They're drinking some clear liquid out of some mason jars, and they seem to be giggling to themselves. But this seems to be more or less like small gatherings of friends, not necessarily unclean things. Really, as you look closer, give me a perception check.
That's gonna be a whopping 18.
As you're walking by these groups, they seem to be adolescent, younger teenagers. Seem to be, some of them are having their first drink for the first time ever in their lives. Quite drunk, as what you would imagine high schoolers would be like. But they do seem to be a lot well mannered in this area. They're not really causing a lot of ruckus.
Well, then I mean, at that point, I mean, if they're drunk, nobody's gonna believe them if they see anything crazy.
No one's paying you any mind, honestly. As you were
Crack a
walking
belt,
by,
cause PTSD.
as you were
I'm gonna
walking
go
by,
ahead.
only every now and again do you get a regarding nod, and maybe a raise of a mason jar in your direction. But other than that, they don't really regard you.
So if that's the case, then I'm just gonna go ahead and start calling Zadkiel.
Sure.
Ring.
Cedar, what are you doing?
Is that really a question you get asked? Since there's a bar in this town, and unclean things are being done?
Unclean things are afoot. Yes.
Yes. So, I'm gonna be going to the bar. Make a
Uh,
quick prayer to my Lord and Savior, and asking him for good luck for spreading the love
of
of
Apollo.
Apollo.
Fucking sexual
Lord and
deviants.
Savior Jack Daniels.
Anyway, yeah, sure. So are you praying?
Yeah, I made a little quick prayer before I walk in. And I'm gonna find the thickest of the people in there, and I'm gonna teach them the
Are you
ways of
looking for
Apollo.
thick with 3 C's or 4 C's?
Like
Why not make it
3
6
C's.
3 C's. Okay.
Actually, yeah, 3 C's and 2 K's.
Gotta play it thick, safe.
Yeah.
All right. Ket, what is your perception check?
That was a 17.
So you find a small, petite elf hanging around the outskirts. She seems to have like a small pint-sized mason jar in her hands. She's taking a sip out of it every now and again. She's just people watching.
I'm gonna walk up to her. Well, okay, hang on. So, first, I'm going to transform because As Ket is my standby persona, I'm not really very. I'm kind of self-conscious as to the way I look, so I'm going to transform into a slender, we'll say red-haired, slick back, like imagine me, fresh out of high school. So like with the slick back hair and the leather jacket, but he's a redhead.
Okay.
Fit, athletic,
Human?
and I'm gonna walk up to her, and I'm gonna, um, half elf.
Half elf. All right.
So, I'll walk up to her and just like, just ask her, can I have this dance? Or just, I'll just, hey, you want to dance? What's your name?
I'm not really into dancing, but my name is Kylie.
Kylie.
Warren, I always knew you were a
Okay.
Kylie.
If that ain't a white girl name, I ain't never heard one.
It's not Brenly.
But she's not dancing.
Yeah, I tend to step on
Um,
people's feet.
So I'll say, you got two left ones too, huh?
Yeah, she says, kind of looking down at her mason jar.
I'll just smile and say, well, my name's Ket, and I'm not too big into dancing either. I was kind of almost hoping you'd say no. And I
Are
guess
you
we
trying
can
to
just
guilt
talk
trip
for a
her?
little while.
Are you trying to guilt
Pat-
trip her?
God, this
No,
that's
no,
great.
no. I
Oh,
was
God.
being, I'm being genuine.
Okay.
Being genuine. I was kind of hoping you'd say no anyway because I'm not too good at. I'm not very familiar with this dance. So
Yeah, she
we'll just sit and we'll talk.
she appreciates your company, and she even reaches into her bag and pulls out a larger mason jar and offers it to you.
Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough.
Oh God!
Um,
Stop it, Brandon. This is supposed to be a kids show with death and blood and guts everywhere.
Murder and violence and apocalypse. A kids show.
And
Another
teaching children
fucking
how to
kid-friendly
create
license.
bombs, compression, and ignition.
I'm Drew
So
Button,
says the
and
short
previous
ass
message.
madman.
We literally just suicide bombed somebody.
Don't worry, there'll be more to come because I'm currently, while you guys are doing this, I'm currently doing some chemistry and like volume and weight masses, and with the amount of glass jars I
Let a meth
bought,
lab explode on the other
This
side of the
man's
city.
already
So-
looking
so
up
with the
how to
number
make
of
some
jars
real
I
ass
bought and how
bombs. Like,
many
yeah, I'm
pounds-
implying that.
oh, dude, the FBI is already looking to me for my top secret, so
no.
they've already looked at all this shit already. So with the
Yo,
with the
poor
50
fucking
pounds of
dude.
gunpowder
I
and the 20
guarantee you
jars
that
I've
man's
got,
counselors had to take counseling.
I can make 20 bombs because it
All
adds
right.
up just right.
All right, simmer down, simmer down, simmer down. Okay, so we're gonna move on to Inti. Inti, you said that you were going to investigate that smell in the air.
You damn right.
Give me a perception check for smelling.
12 plus 3, 15.
There is a lot of smoke that is drifting over the crowd. You can't really pinpoint to where it is coming from.
Can I follow my nose like a bloodhound?
It's going to take you a minute. unless you want to go with the original plan of trying to find someone to dance with.
Yeah, I'll look for me some company.
Alrighty. We'll just use your perception check from earlier. You are unable to ascertain the where the smell is coming from, but you are able to see that there is a woman, a human, roughly in her early to mid 20s. She seems to be dancing by herself.
Well, I would like to walk up to her and. Or is she dancing well?
As well as someone who is white girl wasted would dance.
Alright, and walk up, ask her if she minds some company, and start a dancing.
Sure. She, as you go
Do a
to
little
ask
boot
her,
scooting.
she just kind of grabs your hand. She leads you further into the crowd, and as a matter of fact, the song, you actually
You say boot scooting boogie.
you actually hear in these lyrics, the man seems to have been singing well, and with your knowledge of the old world, you think it's something books and done. Seems to be something about a boot scooting.
Hey. Okay. Hold on. Can I do an acrobatics check just to
Let me
show
see you
off
shake that
for the
ass.
crowd the correct way to do this?
Uh,
Or do
yes.
they have a microphone for me to stand up and do some goddamn karaoke?
You may give me an acrobatics check to see if you can lead everyone in the dance for this.
Nat 20, bruh.
No fucking shit.
No fucking shit.
All right.
God blessed 20.
All right. So
I will take a picture and send it to you right now if you want.
there is no need for that. Yeah. So you just get up in front of the crowd, and everyone just seems to be like square dancing to the song. And you're like, hold up. This is how you do
Learn you
it.
something here, boys.
You take a couple of gulps out of your mason jar. By the way, give me a con save. And you begin leading people in what you call is the boot scoot.
Alright. My constitution's 13 and I rolled a 13.
Then your modifier will be a +1, so you rolled a 14.
Okay, yeah.
Because what it's actually going to be going off of is your it's under your saving throws. Your saving throws are different. So whatever the modifier is for a Constitution saving throw, that's what you add to your D20. Just for future reference.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay, so yeah,
Hey.
14.
So yeah, you are feeling really good right now.
I'll bet you I am.
Like the tightness in your back has loosened almost immediately.
Shoulders dropping a few inches.
Yes, you were really feeling loose. But yeah, you end up teaching everyone, and your partner has a fancy to you. Yes, but your partner has kind of grown a fancy to you, and yeah, you and her are listening to what you are calling as books and done.
Hey.
There is no R for a specific reason. Anyway, we are now going to come to we're going to have a couple of checks come from Rodney, because Rodney is just kind of sitting by himself, and he is making explosives. So give me a couple of, what did I say they were, Tinkerstools?
Intelligence.
Okay, yeah.
Don't blow up.
Yeah, let's hope. Real bad day. So how many checks do you want?
All of them.
Give me 3 in rapid succession for right now.
Ooh, that's good. That one's not too good. So the first one will be a 18 followed by 10, 13.
You are able to make 3. You consume 3 of your jars and 3 pounds of gunpowder. These jars, they can hold more gunpowder in them, so it's,
Okay.
in order to make something that is more or less high explosive,
And it's the
gonna
same
require more.
same
Uh,
damage.
I said it was 4d4 before, right?
Yeah.
We're going to bump that up to 4, 8, 12, 16. 3d6 plus 2.
Hell. All right. So yeah, Rodney's just taking in the music and vibing out and making bomb. Hopefully
Yeah,
no one notices that he's sitting here making bomb.
the song is starting to get catchy. You're hearing a lot of boot scoot boogie going on, so so you're kind of, bebopping your head along, kind of singing to yourself.
Big explosion.
There is. I can't believe I rolled a 3 on my d20. There is a 3-year-old that is, or what you could assume would be a 3-year-old coming over and is kind of poking at the jars as you're making them. What are
Here we go.
these?
Don't touch that. You have a toy with you?
Toss one over.
No. Do you have a toy?
I'm a. Is there a toy vendor nearby?
You would assume that there is, but you would have to pack up all of your things to get over there.
Start shoving stuff back in the bag. Be like, hey, come on with
But
me,
hey,
kid.
I want to play with that.
Oh no, you
Got
do
a
not.
kid in the bag.
This is for your safety. And then I'm going to proceed to go find the closest toy vendor.
Yeah, you do end up running across someone who is selling dolls and little balls and trinkets and whatnot.
Perfect. So I'm gonna grab a doll, and I'm going to magically tinker it.
It's going to cost
This
you
kid-
3 copper.
Okay. To tell this kid, is it a she or he? Or it?
It is a he.
Hey,
It's a Zer.
It's a what?
Get that heresy out of my game. It is a he.
It's a he. All right, cool. So I'm gonna grab this doll, tinker with it, and then hand it to him. The doll will look at him, and it will say, "You're awesome."
You're awesome.
Yep, exactly.
This is amazing.
Go have fun, kid.
He runs out in the crowd, and all you hear is, "You're awesome! I know! You're awesome! You are too! You're awesome!"
I can use it for a great time. And the best part is, it's just gonna keep doing that until.
One day it's just going to end, and he's going to cry.
One day it's just gonna end when I use up all my magic tinkering, but until then, it's gonna be great.
One day, like weeks into the future, this little kid is going to be playing with this doll. It's going to say, "You're up," and then just stop. No! But anyway, more grim. You were trying to call Ezekiel down?
Zadkiel.
Zadkiel. My apologies. You're trying to call Zadkiel down?
Yeah.
Do you have a purpose in mind when you call him down?
Yeah, the bandits we just fought recently.
So you sit down alone. The sun, you're kind of facing the sun as it is beginning to set with rays of red coming across the sky, but whenever they hit clouds, it turns the clouds into like a royal blue. It's pretty much like a picturesque scene. You're praying for a little bit when you do hear wing flutters behind you. Or actually, no, to your side. And as you turn, you see Zadkiel is sitting down right next to you, taking in the view.
So, just gonna remark at how glorious the sunset is and the beauty of the creator's handiwork.
Indeed.
So I'm sure you're
Sometimes times like these, well, we are truly blessed.
Amen to that. I'm assuming you're aware of the run-in we had recently.
Yes, you should have just dropped the entire mill on their heads and been done with it, but we're here now.
Well, are they part of the threat to the east?
No, these guys are just insignificant.
Is there any more news of our issue that I should be made aware of?
They are beginning to encroach upon Crow lands. Have to look at a map real quick. Give me a second. Here we go. Zoom, 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 zoom.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
Their scouts have been sighted in Joplin.
Joplin, Indiana?
No, Missouri.
Joplin, Missouri.
They are. Seems to be they're searching for something.
Well, assuming we just don't know yet what they are searching for. But if they're trying, I mean, how big are they compared to us as far as their numbers go?
They could definitely crush you. Real quick, Mike, can you mute yourself, please?
Sorry. That sensitivity must be pretty high. I'm gonna have to turn that down.
Continue. Morgan.
Well, if they could crush us, I have to assume that they're trying to grow to the point where even for lack of a better word, a confederacy of tribes wouldn't be able to stand against them.
Well, they can crush your tribe currently. You would definitely have to gather the full strength of the crows to even stand up to them. Brandon, can you mute yourself, please?
Well, if that's the case, then I should probably alert my superiors and the crows to the threat and the fact that we may be needing to, expand or call
I'll be
for
right
unity between the tribes.
Honestly, you're a prospect. Do you seriously think that your words won't fall on deaf ears?
Possible it will, unless I have proof.
What proof do you have right now? An angel came from the heavens and told you? You received it in a vision? I think not.
I have no proof as of yet. But if you were to provide me with at least a little bit of proof, perhaps it wouldn't so much fall on deaf ears, but maybe perk their interest. At least enough to send scouts ahead.
The boss does not deem it fit to do so at this juncture.
So then what do you propose we do? If they're at the edge of our lands, I mean, there's no telling when we might make it back there.
Their
And at
scouts
that-
are.
Well, I can't imagine they're too far behind.
No. But you've been among the crows for a while. You should know that they tend to stick to their territory. And there's good reason.
It is entirely possible that I could convince them to send a scouting party out just to check it out. Tell them I've heard whispers of a larger tribe trying to move in.
You can see where that gets you. I'm not going to promise it's going to get anywhere.
Well, I mean, we miss 100% of the shots we don't take, right?
It's a fair point. He says, and he continues looking at the sunset.
I'm gonna also be looking. I do have one last question.
You mortals with your
How-
questions. What?
How's my mother doing?
Give me an insight check on him.
Let's see. Does a 23 do anything?
You have a feeling that he's trying to stop himself from saying something offensive. But you do see a flash of disgust roll across his face.
Look,
I would imagine she's doing her usual thing in the swamps.
look. Dislike it as much as you want. She's still a spirit of the land. And she did kind of save my life.
She did not save you, though, he says, locking eyes with you.
Very well aware of who that is. Very well aware.
She's fine. She is handling her abode as well as she always does.
Good. I appreciate the information.
Yep. Now, is there anything else? I know you have some more pressing questions. He says, kind of rolling his eyes in annoyance and looking back at the sun.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that there's a need for any more questions.
Good. Oh, by the way, quit sulking, he says as he waves his hands. And he waves his hand, and in his hand appears a mason jar with a clear liquid. And he just shoves it into your chest.
Is this even allowed?
Jesus drank wine, didn't he? And then he disappears before your eyes, and you hear a flutter of wings.
I'm just gonna kind of call out, it was wine, not moonshine.
What was
Tomato.
now we're going to be coming to the disciple of Apollo. So you're walking into a bar. What did I have you roll a check? I'm pretty sure I did. Cedar. Cedar.
Hello.
Patty boy. Pat is not available at the moment. All right.
Fall asleep. LOL.
So we're going to go back over to Ket. You and Kylie have been having a wonderful conversation. You look over and you see Inti definitely making a fool out of himself, but he has the entire crowd. He has the entire crowd doing some type of dancing.
Ancient ritual magic. The ghost dance is alive.
As I see them As I see the dance catching on and other people doing it, and seems like everybody's just kind of falling in line doing it, I'm just kind of look at her and throw a thumb out towards the crowd, like, "You want to give it a shot?
Hey,
Looks
you
pretty
wanna?
easy."
You can definitely tell that she has a good buzz going on. And as a matter of fact, have you been drinking out of this mason jar?
I've been sipping.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, but I'm going to say since you're sipping and being conservative with it, you may do so at advantage.
Haha! Natural 20. Thank you for that advantage, because the first roll was a fucking 7.
Yes. So you still have your wits about you. You can definitely feel this clear liquid is doing its work, but it's not impairing your judgment at all.
Okay.
But she
So, does she accept my offer to dance?
Sure.
I'll even throw in. I'll say, I'll catch you if you fall.
Oh, with that, because she's since you're just taking the time to sit with her, she is quite smitten, and she follows you.
Smooth.
Go ahead and give me go ahead and give me an acrobatics check.
Do. Just a second. I hit the wrong button. That's a 14.
Yeah, you're dancing fairly well.
It's
You end up
scoot boot.
you end up having to catch her because she is kind of stumbling a little bit. She is a lightweight, but you and her are dancing and having a fun time.
I was gonna say she's like stumbling and laughing and stuff. She doesn't seem like she's getting aggravated because she's messing up.
She's having fun right now. You guys actually end up getting up close to where Inti is. Inti, you see Ket and an elf.
A young dame.
Oh,
Yes, they end up finding their way through the crowd up to you, and they're dancing beside you. She is kind of stumbling over her feet, but she's giggling and laughing the entire way, and Ket's kind of helping her dance. He's not doing too bad, but definitely not the way the master of this dance would be.
Do I got my little friend up there with me?
Oh yeah, she's right next to you. As a matter of fact,
I want to point to Ket and what's her dude and tell both of them, like drag both of them up there, start a line dance with them. Don't take no for an answer.
well, as you were dragging them up, the song ends up ending, and then it turns into "If It Hadn't Have Been for Some Person in Cotton Eye Joe."
Where did she come from? Where did she go?
But yes, that song begins playing. Are you changing up the dance?
You damn right. We square dancing all night long.
Alrighty. The dance is now turned into a square dance.
Spin your partner round and round.
Are you guys continuing to drink?
No, I'm dancing.
You're not drinking right now, Inti?
Not while I'm dancing. No. every between songs, I'm taking a sip.
Go ahead and give me a con save. But you're taking a sip, so the DC won't be that bad.
Okay.
While I'm dancing, do I see anyone smoking anything?
Give me a perception check.
That would be a 2, Mr. Taylor.
Well, those gulps from earlier are definitely taking their toll at the moment. You are definitely inebriated.
I'm okay with inebriated.
Yes, you Ket, you do end up seeing a couple of maybe in their late 20s, a couple of people are definitely smoking something off in an alleyway.
With you. Take me with you. Show me the way.
They're off in the alleyway. They're not like right there around us.
Yeah, they seem to be kind of privately partaking in whatever they are smoking.
Okay. I'm gonna note it for now. I'm assuming I can see their faces fairly clearly. So I'm gonna try to remember.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, you two are dancing together with your new dates, and yeah, that's what you guys are doing at the moment. Is Pat back?
There he is.
If Pat is talking, we cannot hear you, Pat.
Who's talking?
Patrice.
Oh, Pat.
Patrice.
Pat may not be there at the moment. He might have stepped away. So we're going to move on to Rodney. Rodney,
Okay.
are you continuing to
Everyone-
make bombs?
No, I'm gonna put it on hold for now.
Okay.
As making the
He's on
kids,
babysitting
as-
duty now.
as the kids' night has been increased by the talking doll, devious mind of Rodney Smalls is taken over. So, is there a group of relatively individual? I mean, like really,
A group of what individuals?
like very intoxicated individuals.
Well, you do see two in particular that seem to be up on a stage. They are
I volunteer
definitely
as tribute.
people that you recognize, and they are dancing with some women. Everyone seems to be in a party mood.
Are
at the
they
moment.
cohorts of mine?
The women, no. The males, yes, they are definitely cohorts. So you'd see Inti and Ket. They are
Just
dancing.
Dance. Rodney enthusiastically is going to run over there to attempt to dance, but that's not the real case. As he's attempting to dance, he's going to touch Inti's belt. Like as he runs past, touch Inti's belt, and a fart noise is going to be produced from Inti.
Is it
Can
audible
I
though?
follow up his fart noise? Can I follow up his fart noise with an actual and audible fart?
Well, the noise itself is audible,
Yes.
and his
Nah.
partner hears it, but she giggles. And
That actually reminds me of a girl I know.
she seems to not pay any mind though, as she is quite smitten. You can tell with Inti, and they are just continuing to dance. You Ket and Inti do end up seeing Rodney come up.
When he comes up to grab my belt, can I grab him by the scruff of his neck and like throw him into a square dance with some random chick nearby?
Oh dear God. I allow it.
Well, if he allows it, yeah. There is a girl that ends up coming up. She's a human in her early 30s, with long dark hair. She's
Can
just
I
kind
yell
of
at him to have a dynamite night.
just grabbed by the scruff of the neck. Have a dynamite night. Yeet.
Eating, brother.
Yeah, sure. Rodney, give me an athletics check to see if you stick the landing.
Oh yeah.
No,
Let's
not
go.
athletics, acrobatics. My apologies.
Thank God. 13.
You stumble a little bit, but you stick the landing right in front of her. It's at this point she smiles and just hooks your arm and just begins square dancing with you.
Oh dear Lord, Rodney has no idea what's going on, but he's going with
Swing
it.
your partner round and round.
I don't know what this is.
Throw his
Something.
ass down to the ground.
Open my fucking tumbler.
Morgrim, are you drinking?
I suppose I shall partake just a little bit.
Are you going to be going back to the town square?
I think I'm just gonna be relaxing a little bit. We'll keep watching this sunset.
Alrighty. So go ahead and give me a con save. Are you sipping or gulping?
Sipping.
Okay.
You enjoy the moonshine. You don't
So
go.
it is the easy way, I see.
It's called sipping whiskey for a reason. My
That's gonna be
Sipping whiskey. That's
a
right. Now you beat me
17.
to it.
Yeah, you were beginning to get a slight buzz after a couple of sips. This is some strong stuff. It was handed to you by an angel of God.
Can I get some of that too?
So is
Popcorn
Pat
Sutton sending it down.
is Pat back now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so did I have you roll a check?
Yes, and I have it on Owlbear right now.
Speaking
Open
of
up,
which, I should
it
probably-
was a 20.
It was a 20. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so you do end up finding a rather beautiful woman as far as figure is concerned. She is, however, a tiefling.
A what?
A
That's
tiefling.
dangerous, but the
A
word of
tiefling?
Apollo will be spread.
Hold on. I'm gonna need to time out. Explain what the hell you just said.
A tiefling. It is a race
You
in
got a
Dungeons and
pretty
Dragons.
mouth, boy.
Okay, I'm sorry. I heard T-flank. I was like, what the hell is a T-flank?
Get the car key out of
Word for
your ear, Brandon.
Butterface.
Get the car key out
I
of
ain't
your ear,
got a
Brandon.
car key. It's called headphones. I'm sorry. Untime out.
Okay.
Play ball.
So yes, are you going to try to
Gonna seduce this lady here.
go ahead and give me a persuasion check?
Persuasion is plus 2. So that'll be a 12.
There's a flavored tequila.
She takes
No.
one look at you and says, I have a boyfriend, and turns away from you and drinks.
Well, I'm gonna pursue and said he can join along with. The word of Apollo will be spread tonight.
You say
More like the seed of
he can
Apollo.
join with. Give me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Oh, damn.
Watch him roll 2 20s.
Devil's three-way.
So that would be a 13. It would have been a 21, but no, that'd be a disadvantage.
You see her take a long drink. She turns. You've got some balls on you.
Want to see him?
Look at her, dead in the eyes. So where this man at? So we're about to go have some fun.
I've been really trying, darling. Wow.
Well, I'm not going to get into particulars because, again, that's kind of weird. But she does end up showing you another tiefling who is a rather large man, bigger than
fine.
Morgrim.
I'm bigger than him, so it's all good. I'm gonna walk up to this man here. You got a pretty mouth, boy. Let's go find out if you can use it. I'm gonna take both of them by the hand and lead them to one of the places.
Shit.
That can potentially start a fight, so let me roll.
Oh no, come out.
Escalate.
Don't worry, he'll still
Damn.
come with.
Our fucking whore's in trouble, boys.
And we don't even have a bard.
So she
Actually, I'm going to
giggles.
be multi-classing.
She giggles. He throws a sucker punch at you, but misses.
Of course he did. He about to find out who daddy is tonight.
What are you doing in reply?
God damn.
I'm gonna look at this man. I'm gonna twist his arm a little bit. I'm like, I like your feisty attitude.
Now it's my turn to hit that.
So if you're going to try to twist his arm, that's typically going to be a grappling check. So go ahead and roll an athletics check. Oh my god.
Athletics.
Don't bother.
Oh, he rolled
okay.
a 1.
Let's fucking go.
So you end up succeeding. He tries to get out of it, but alas, natural 1 says no.
Can I just walk in at this moment because this is the perfect
You
time
said
for me
that
to
you
use
were. You said that you were outside, just kind of relaxing.
Yeah, can
There is
I
heresy
be coming
afoot.
back in because this is the perfect moment for my catchphrase.
I'm going to say no.
Ah!
Oh
There is heresy afoot.
There is heresy afoot. So yeah, you have him grappled. He wants nothing to do with you, and because of your feistiness, the woman that you have been hitting on is quite smitten with you, and so, for lack of a better word, those two end up breaking up, and you go upstairs, and that's all we're gonna say about that.
You dirty
Alrighty.
homewrecker.
Fucking homewrecker and heartbreaker over here. Anyway.
Be trifling.
Bitches be trifling. Anyway.
he decided to do it the hard way.
We're going to kind of
You gonna give it to her the hard way.
you guys end up having a rather, fun night, and towards the end of the celebration it ends with all of you being gathered, as in all of you were sought out by some of the runners of the mayor, and the mayor makes an announcement that you guys saved the town. A lot of cheering is happening. Pretty much you guys are being honored. Chandler, he's just kind of sitting in the back watching everything, but you get the gist that he is looking at you guys with an approval, even though you have been making fools of yourselves tonight. You guys continue drinking, and the next morning, some of you wake up with a hangover. And by some of you, I mean definitely Inti.
I don't know how to function otherwise. Might as well.
But anyone who had a date, if you would have chosen to pursue, pursuance would have happened. Although there's only one person that tries to tag along, and that is Kylie.
Who's Kylie?
Kylie comes up to you, Kat, and she says that pretty much she doesn't want to live in a small town anymore. She wants to go out and see the world. She knows that you are a crow, and she would like to join the caravan.
You're the father of my children.
Yeah, bitch, it's been 24 hours. Give it at least a month before you tell me that shit.
Bitch, I swear I wrapped it.
So,
The test determined that was a lie.
would I know whether or not I'm allowed to just bring recruits?
Honestly, with crows, as long as they can carry their own weight, and as long as they contribute to the tribe in some way, shape, or form, like with some form of skill, and she is a seamstress. They'll bring practically anyone along. It's just you also have to go through a rigorous form of
You have to be able
training,
to contribute.
kind of on the job training to at least be able to defend yourself, even though the main warriors of the tribe are the warriors or the braves. Everyone needs to learn how to defend themselves, but she is, after you explain that to her, she is more than willing to tag along.
Need no more. Yeah. I'm gonna, we'll, like you said, we'll talk. I'll explain to her what it's all about, what it really means to be out on the road with the crows, and apparently she's all for it. So, I'll ask her what are her skills. She'll tell me, can she shoot a gun? Does she already have experience with any
Um,
kind of weaponry or anything like that?
she has a small pistol. She has shot before, although she claims that she is not that good of a shot.
Okay.
Am I near them
I'll
during
just
this
say,
conversation?
no problem. The crows can fix that.
Yeah. But yeah, you run it by Chandler, and Chandler is more than willing to allow her to tag along. As you're coming up to Chandler, you walk in on a conversation with the mayor. The mayor seems a little hungover, but he's able to function. He tells the mayor that the crows will be by at some point to pick up, some of the supplies that you guys have requisitioned and to pick up those vehicles. It's just it won't be happening for maybe a couple of days or so. Um, but the mayor is all for it. All he asks for is a buggy just to run quick supplies out to people, and Chandler gets the go ahead from the tribe that one of the buggies will be given over to the town, but the rest of the vehicles and all the parts that Rodney requisitioned, that'll go to the tribe. But yeah, Chandler says that he's fine with Kylie coming along. But he does say this. You do know he's a changeling, right? She kind of looks at him questioningly,
Yeah.
and then looks at you, Ket.
He and I will lock eyes for a minute. I will keep my face completely blank. I won't make any expression. But he and I will lock eyes for a minute. I'm gonna cast message real quick, and I'm going to tell him in our minds just in a split second. I would have appreciated you let us have that talk, but that be that as it may, and I'll turn and look at her and say out loud, yeah, it didn't really come up in conversation. So yeah, and I'll change into my true form just to show her.
That is so cool! And she says, as she's kind of poking at your face and kind of, squeezing your cheeks and whatnot.
Look at him. I want to look at him and tell him, hey,
No.
be her.
What did you say, Inti?
I want to look at him and tell
He
him,
said-
hey, be her. I want to see it.
Are they there? They're not there.
We're
I-
all meeting the
I
mayor,
just
aren't we?
walked in with Kylie.
We're going to say that everyone else is having breakfast.
Oh.
And Ket was the one that immediately brought this to Chandler's attention. Chandler,
Well, damn.
he just kind of leans forward and whispers to you. I knew she was okay with it. He just kind of taps you on the shoulder a couple of times and walks away. But yes, you guys end up.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
after a couple of minutes, when we get done talking or whatever, just so that it's noted, I change back into my regular, my everyday Ket form.
Okay. Well, everyone, why are people texting me right now? Stop it.
Because fuck you, that's why.
What are you doing, stepladder?
Anyway, you guys end up gathering. Ket, are you gonna ride a motorcycle?
Yes.
Well, Kylie hops on your motorcycle and she wraps her arms around you.
Oh,
Oh
that she does.
shit, we got a puppy.
But yeah, everyone kind of mounts up, and you guys meet up at the rendezvous with the main part of the tribe. There are only a couple of hours.
Right?
What was that?
Said no more stragglers, right?
Yeah, no more
Just general.
stragglers, and everyone in this time will have taken a long rest.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But yes, you guys end up meeting up with the rest of the tribe. Pretty much have a debriefing, and the chief, the chief ends up looking at you guys with approval. He nods and says you guys are well on your way to becoming braves. He just gives a nod. He goes over to a safe in the main truck, and he opens it up, and he pulls out combat pay.
Yeah.
In the form of 23 gold. To each of you. Everybody gets 23 gold.
Whoop whoop.
Oh,
Money
Brandon.
line in my
Brandon
Let
texted
me
me.
write that down. Was it? Yes. Yeah, that's why I was making comments.
I'm sorry, you were making what?
I didn't know if that was appropriate for the live stream, so I figured I would send it in text.
You have to earn it, Brandon. You have to earn it. Anyway.
Like I.
Can we just talk about for a second how Mykel understood and heard the same thing I heard? And when I mentioned it, he laughed.
He cut out.
But you
I
heard
didn't
it
even
too,
hear
though,
what the
didn't you?
fuck you said.
No.
Yeah.
When it sounded like you said.
You cut out when you were in the middle of what you were saying.
Yeah.
And it sounded like you said, that's why I was making fun.
That is not what I said, but
It's what
there
you
you
said
go.
on my screen.
I'm glad that y'all could enjoy that lack of decent internet for me.
What
You
is
said
my game
23
coming
gold?
to? What is my game coming to?
Warren, how much gold did you say?
23. I put it in the group chat.
All right.
Yeah, you're going to have to change it to 18 and up by the time we get done, buddy.
You should have done
I
that
thought
to be
it
safe.
already was. Hell, we out here getting drunk and fucking, so.
I can't have anything nice.
Well, no.
No, you can't.
You're not nice.
You're a towel.
Anyway.
Come on, Butters. Let's finish this campaign.
Fuck off. Alright, so what we're going to do is I feel it is necessary to have a break, since this is a roleplay heavy session. I typically forget to give everyone breaks like I did last week, so we're going to have a temporary break, maybe 10-15 minutes, and then we will come back and get back at it. Sound good?
Do we need to stay in the Discord for this break?
This is your time to have a bio break, pretty much.
Okay, dope.
So yes, ladies and gentlemen,
stay
we will
in
be right back.
Discord, just walk away and whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for everyone watching, take this time to like, share, subscribe, all those good things, and make sure if you're watching live to hit the follow button as well, so you can get
Don't forget to
updates.
comment.
Yes, comments as well. Please the
Warren,
algorithm.
he's a bastard.
Shut up, Brandon. Please the algorithm, and we'll be right back.
Make me.
2, 1, and we're back. Alrighty. So now that everyone's had their little bio break, everyone went tinkle, and we're all good to go. Let's get back to it. Okay, so we are now back at the camp. You guys have received your combat pay. The camp is going to be spending the night at this location, and then they say that they're going to go to the bunker on the morrow. So whatever you guys want to handle and get done at the camp, as far as like vendors and what have you, now would be the time.
Can I go another round with my lady fair from last night?
No, she did not come with you.
Well, damn. Okay. I'll just go another round with my hand.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so we have fucking NT going off and doing his thing. Rodney, we're gonna start off with you. What business do you have to take care of?
Just prepping the guns, prepping the equipment, getting the day started, doing my normal checks.
Do you want to make more biomes?
Nah, I think 3 is good for now.
By the way, that wasn't actually my action. That was a joke.
Okay, so Morgan, do you want to handle any shopping or what have you right now?
No,
or?
I am gonna go seek out Chandler.
Yeah, he's just kind of giving a once over on the on y'all's motorcycles and the buggy and whatever. He's pretty much just handling business of the day. He regards you when you walk up. Morgan?
I need to speak with you about something that could potentially be a danger.
He kind of looks down, looks at you as he's placing the clipboard that he is using to the side, and he just kind of nods in a direction and he's walking away, just kind of getting some privacy, as much privacy as you can get.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah, he when he finds a suitable spot that he likes, he turns around and says, "What's up?"
I have heard whispers of rather large tribe to the east gathering, and even some of their scouts potentially testing our borders. Joplin, Missouri.
All right. I mean, as much as that concerns me, Mike, can you mute yourself, please? He says, "Well, as much as that concerns me, do you have any type of proof?"
You don't have any physically?
You're starting to break up a little bit there, Austin.
Oh. Can you hear me?
You're starting to break up a little bit. You might want to turn your camera off.
I'm so glad that's not just
Alright.
me.
Oh, no.
Not much better. Try to pop out and pop back in. You there? You'll probably have to fix your mic. Your mic acts a little janky whenever you first pop in. We are going to move on to Ket until. Oh, wait. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, and we can hear you clearly. Okay, so go ahead.
I don't have any concrete evidence at this particular moment, but if in fact they have been through Joplin, if we were to send scouts to Joplin, I'm sure we would find all the proof we need. I have it on good authority that they pose a rather large challenge to the Crows.
Joplin is just outside of our territory. Well, I can send it up the chain, but it's going to fall on deaf ears if we don't have some type of concrete proof.
Well, sending someone, even if it's one person to Joplin, would give us all the proof we need.
Well, we might be able to arrange something. It won't be today, but I'll see if we can run a patrol ourselves out there.
Very well.
That's about as much as I can do for you, man. I trust you. I fought next to you. I know you wouldn't be bringing this to my attention if it wasn't concerning you, but we have to maintain our territory, and we've got problems of our own that we're dealing with right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I'm very well aware. I just, if we don't deal with this potential threat, it could become much, much worse later on down the road.
I'll see what I can do. But until then, keep this between us. We don't need to be spreading panic in the camp. Alrighty. So, Ket, what are you wanting to do for the day? You wanting to go shopping or?
Are we okay? So we're not going anywhere today. We're just passing the day.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can find Kylie. Kaylee.
Yeah, she's
That
easy
was
to
this
find.
girl's name.
Kylie. As a matter of
I'm gonna
fact, I
write
should
that
probably
down.
write her.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find her. Spell it for me.
Know how he's passing the day.
So it is KAI apostrophe LEE.
Oh, that's cute.
That's a very Japanese way of spelling that. Real Asian
so,
for a white girl.
yeah, I'm gonna ask her if she wants to go out and see more of the camp.
Yeah, she's following you around like a lost puppy dog, honestly. The women, especially a couple of the seamstresses, they are quite taken with her. They think that she's a wonderful addition to the camp. She is rather shy at first. You get that she's definitely not used to meeting new people, but she's starting to get a little comfortable.
Okay, well that's good. But yeah, I'm just gonna take her around and walk her around the camp, show her, all the cool
All the cool stuff.
stuff that we got, and just kind of give her a better idea of what she's getting herself into.
Yep. Alrighty, so you are kind of showing Kylie around the camp. Cedar.
So I'm gonna find the female I was with last night.
She did not come with you.
This was I'm gonna go find her. See if she at the bar again.
No, she did not come with you. You guys are back at
Oh.
the actual camp. You
Oh,
guys
at the
have
actual
left.
camp? Okay, I thought we were still
Yeah.
in town. My bad.
No.
Oh, shoot. I guess I shall go to like the little main area and start spreading the word of Apollo, bookwise.
So you're gonna kind of hold a little bit of a church gathering.
Yeah.
8 people are in attendance.
Hell yeah. Probably previous customers.
Probably. But yeah, you're giving a sermon, and people are listening, and listening to your sermon. What exactly are you giving in this sermon?
I'm not sure, actually.
You didn't think that far
I'm
ahead?
not sure what they did for Apollo when it comes to like praising him and stuff. So
Worst swimmer, you die, you blasphemers.
I guess I'm just gonna pull out Apollo's book since I have a. Oh, let me pull it up here. A prayer book.
You're just going to kind of be running through some prayers to Apollo and...
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's fine. Inti.
I would like to be cleaning my weapons, and then once I'm done cleaning my weapons, then I would like to go through my bike, make sure all my fluids are good, make sure everything's running all right, and after that, then I would like to go to the market and see what all they have for sale.
Okay.
That would be all of my day.
Yeah, so at the market, what are you specifically looking for?
I'm not really looking for anything specific. I'm kind of just looking at what all is available.
There is a lot of stuff available. That's why I'm asking you for specifics. Pretty much pretty much how this is going to work is you're going to ask if you can find something. A die will be rolled, either on your part or my part, and then if specific check is made, something happens, kind of thing. So if you're looking for something specific in the market,
I'm looking for any hides, any cheap hides or furs, any explosives, and any gun parts.
okay. Give me an investigation check.
Oh shit! Find my damn die. Where the there? Okay. Investigation. It's gonna be 3. My damn d20. Investigation is a 13.
13. You are able to find some hides that have been they are more or less blankets of sorts. They have fur on them.
Are we talking like buffalo, beaver, deer? Like less the animal, more the size.
The size is it's big enough for a blanket.
Okay, so you fine with me calling those buffalo?
Yeah, they're pieces of buffalo.
All right, so like
about 5 by 5.
About
5
5
feet.
by 5. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. About how much are they?
These hides specifically, this hide is going to be about 10 gold. It's a rather nice blanket.
All right. How many do they have?
They do have maybe like 5 or 6. But I mean, I'm not finished as far as this is concerned.
Okay.
So you said hides. What else were you kind of looking for?
1 sec. 5. Hides, explosives, and
You find gunpowder. You find gunpowder. It's about as much explosives as I am willing to give you right now.
Okay. No, I was thinking like grenades, rockets, or shit like that.
Oh, you're talking about like pre-made bombs, pretty much? Is that what you're kind of looking for?
Not necessarily. Well, keep in mind my personal out of character knowledge of explosives is rather limited, but I was thinking yes, things that I could make go boom as an artificer,
and not necessarily have
more
to
so
make
than
them. Well,
more so than gunpowder.
Okay, well, looking through, you find we'll say that you find some pipe bombs that will do 44 damage mechanically.
Right. About how much are they charging?
30 gold per.
Okay. Gold per pipe bomb. You said how much damage do they do? 44?
Yeah. It's pretty much the same things that you were using last session to clear out
Okay.
the basement.
All right, and gun parts. Is there anything that can improve accuracy or like give me an advantage on accuracy rolls or increase damage for
As far
my
as that,
hunting rifle or pistol?
as far as that is concerned, no. Finding better than decent gun parts, it's quite sparse. The scouting missions that everyone has been going on haven't been coming up with any fruit as of late.
Then I would like to buy 2 of those hide blankets.
Okay, so you now have 2 hide blankets.
Yes, and
I do want to retcon something. I just
What?
remembered that I was supposed to give this to you guys last session, and I apologize. There is a bayonet for anyone who is using a rifle that you guys received as loot. If
I
you
wanted a bayonet on my pistol.
if you were to put this bayonet on your rifle with someone who is adept at gunsmithing, and you succeed in the check to kind of fashion a mounting device for said bayonet, it will do the same damage as a spear.
Won't accuracy though, yes?
What was that?
It will not affect accuracy though, correct?
Correct. All it does is it gives you the option if you can make a mount for it. It will give you the option to turn your rifle and rifle only into a spear.
All right. Quick question out of character. Tomorrow between 11 and 1:30, do you think you'll be free?
We're in the middle of playing. We'll talk about that later. So yeah, you. I believe that the only people who would be able to wield that would be Rodney, NT, and Marty, because everyone else either has a hand cannon or a pistol.
I want a hand cannon.
Don't be a bitch.
Anyway, so yeah, you guys will have to make checks to put that on, and I would advise those checks be done by Marty when he gets back. But anyway, that's just a bit of a retcon thing, but no, you don't find any gun parts.
Okay. Well then, yeah, like I said, I buy 2 of the hides. You said there were 10 gold for a 5x5.
Yes.
Okay. I have my gold adjusted, and we're good.
Yep. Okie dokie. So now let's go back up to Rodney. Rodney, you said that. What were you doing again? My apologies, I kind of spaced out on you.
I was about to say before we went on to mission stuff, just
Mission prep. Okay.
yeah, just mission prep, check the vehicles, make sure we don't have seals, run through the weapons, ammo, and of course I will making sure that my boombox is secure and that the proper war tunes are ready to go.
Alrighty. So does anyone this is your time to speak or forever hold your peace? Do you have any business as far as wanting to buy things? And do any
Yes,
shopping?
I need to see if I can
Do we have-
upgrade my weapon.
Upgrade your weapon how?
Let's see if I can get something better than like a hunting knife.
I thought you had a weapon of some sort, like a firearm.
Yeah, I had a revolver and a hunting knife.
Oh well, as far as melee weapons are concerned, mechanically speaking, what does your hunting knife do?
I think it was like 1d4 or something like that.
And you are proficient in martial weapons, yes?
Yes. I think so. Don't have that on here, so.
No, you only have proficiency with simple weapons. So as far as simple weapons that you can use, give me an investigation check.
Alrighty. That's a 9.
You are able to find a club, which would, mechanically speaking, do 1d4 bludgeoning damage.
Never mind. I'm good then.
Okay. Ket, are you still wanting to just show Kylie around, or what?
Looking in the weapons, do I see any like legit swords?
Give me an investigation check. And also be advised you are not proficient with swords. Just saying. Or what would function as a sword.
What hang on. What kind of weapons am I proficient in?
Daggers.
You can probably tell me quicker than I can get to it, but I'm done.
Daggers, darts, slings, quarterstaffs, light crossbows. And firearms, of course.
Oh, okay, I'm there now. Okay, I'm gonna look for a walking stick. Like something like a quarterstaff,
Okay,
basically, but I'll use it as a walking stick.
What was your investigation check?
13.
You do end up finding a quarterstaff. It is going to cost 2 silver.
All right, consider it paid.
Did that. Rodney, you said that you didn't want to go shopping or anything like that?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Morgan, you're the last one, I believe.
No, I do have one more. I do want to bring
Okay.
something up.
Okay, then after Morgan, we'll come to you.
Okay.
I think I'll buy some health potions.
Give me an investigation check.
All right, give me 1 second. Investigation's going to be a 12.
There are 2 available at the apothecary that they are willing to sell to you. 50 gold each for minor healing potions.
Jesus.
That's how much they cost in the book.
Yeah, all right, I'm going to pass.
I mean, you just got 66 gold earlier. You could buy one. And NT, what were you trying to do?
I wanted to know. I'm gonna go ahead and list all 3 off real quick. Wanted to know if there's like an ABC store for booze, a ganja store for smokes, and if I could improve my hunting rifle at all.
The morning blunt.
You can improve your hunting rifle with the bayonet if you pass a Tinker's Tools check.
I meant a ranged improvement, not a melee.
No. No, we've already gone over that. You don't have the parts to do that are not available.
Okay, I wasn't sure if my letter of introduction to the gunsmiths and my
It's not a matter.
peddler's tools.
It's not a matter of that. It's a matter of having parts available, and parts are
Okay.
just not available.
Okay, then yeah, booze and green.
Booze you could definitely find. Green, you know that the crows save that for rituals.
Damn. Okay, what kind of booze can I find?
Boy, that shit'll put you on your
Moonshine.
ass.
Moonshine? Alright, about how much is it per what measurement?
Because it is rather sparse at the moment, it's going to be 10 gold per quart.
I would like to go ahead and buy another
Because
quart.
we drank it all.
Yeah, so have you been drinking today?
No, I have not.
Okay.
You mean in character or out of?
No, in character. In character.
No, no, I have not. I haven't been drinking out of character either, but no, I ain't been drinking at all.
Yes. So after that, you guys just kind of mill around the camp and kind of take a break. The next day, you go out and you drive for, I would say, about half the day. Let's see. Looking at my notes here. Yes. You come up to a ravine. And all the trucks and vehicles stop at the edge of this ravine. And you hear the air brakes of the trucks, engage, that sound as
Just our party or the whole caravan?
the whole caravan.
Okay.
As you guys kind of climb out or off of your vehicles, you see that there is a pathway cut into the ravine. It's rather hard because it is hidden, but a couple of the braves go over and clear away the brush that is being used to hide this pathway. You then see the tribe proceed to walk down this ravine. Are you following?
Yes.
Yep.
So you walk, snaking down this ravine, which is only maybe about 5 feet wide. It's quite narrow. And you are walking for around 30 minutes until you get roughly to the bottom of the ravine. And there is this cut that goes into the wall of the ravine that you are following the tribe and going down. It then goes into like a large pipe-like structure, as if you can imagine like a sewer pipe, only it's maybe like 20 feet in diameter.
They do make those. That's not unreasonable.
Well, yeah, it's about 20 feet in diameter, and you were walking for another 10 minutes when the tribe begins gathering around a large steel vault door. The pipe actually comes out into an opening that is 40, 50 feet in diameter. And this door takes up the entirety of it. Aside from what looks to be, especially with Inti and his knowledge of old world tech, a keypad on the side. It's the LCD display that's lit up on it is lit up in a brilliant blue. And it just seems to be cemented itself into the side of the pretty much the pipe. And there is a small slot at the bottom. The chief finally makes his way up, and you see him grab something from around his neck, takes it off. It seems to be a necklace with something attached to it. And this thing, he slides it in to the into the slot and then places his hand on the LCD. Then the entirety of this cavern that you guys are in just shudders and shakes as that vault door.
I'm doing this?
No, the chief.
Oh, okay.
You would just notice the LCD display because it is definitely old world tech. But
I thought you said NT brought
No.
out a card. I was like, hold the fuck up.
No, the chief.
Okay.
But the vault door seems to turn roughly 90 degrees counterclockwise. And then it pretty much jumps out at you guys about 5 feet. Seems to have some like pneumatic spring to it or what have you, because you also hear a hiss whenever you hear it. But the door swings open. And you see some people on the other side.
Cool.
Are they crows as well?
Vault
You got some
dwellers.
fried chicken?
All of you, give me a history check.
Oh, fuck.
18.
When I actually have a fucking benefit on.
Nat 20.
Cedar?
History.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Oof, I got 3.
Morgan?
You don't want to ask me, Warren. I'll fuck you up.
Because you have been in the tribe for a couple of 100 years and you are also familiar with this tech. I will say that NT and NT only can do it at advantage. Morgan?
I rolled a nat 20. I have a +5. What's my advantage on that?
Real quick, Morgan?
So I couldn't hear a word for like 30 seconds. So
Where did I leave you off at?
the last thing I was able to hear was that NT knows old world tech.
Okay, so there is a keypad that NT would recognize as a keypad that's kind of cemented into the side of the cavern, with a slot at the bottom. The chief takes something out from around his neck. It seems to be a necklace of sorts with something attached at the end. And this thing at the end, he slides it into that slot and then places his hand on this blue LCD display. And then the vault door seems to turn 90 degrees counterclockwise, shoot out 5 feet, and it opens up to reveal people on the other side. And then I asked for a history check for everyone to roll a history check. So go ahead and give me that history check there,
All right.
Morgan. But Morgan, I think since he's the newest guy, I will say that he has to do so at disadvantage. At least a new guy to the tribe. Morgan?
All right, let's see. First one's an 18. All right, that's an 11. You said history?
Yes.
Let me pull up my character sheet. I had to switch over to my laptop so Holly could go to sleep. History, 12.
12. Morgan, you have heard of these, and I believe Cedar got a rather low number.
Yeah, I got 3.
Cedar, this would seem like a legend coming to life, and you have never been here before. But the rest of you, the rest of you have been here before, especially NT. This would probably you probably would have been at this location multiple times,
By
considering
the
how long.
heavens, look at this gift from Apollo.
Uh,
This
NT.
isn't Apollo, you damn religious fanatic. This is history. Don't try and warp our reality, you bastard.
Yes, the gods put this in our past for us to use now.
Apollo didn't do a damn thing. He hadn't been worshipped until you for 2,500 fucking years. Fuck
I
off.
call bullshit. I have learned this from the priests. From
Priests are blasphemers and heretics. Fuck off.
no, the
Oh my
priests are always
God.
right.
Your
The
priests are
priests
always
We
are
got
right.
idiots.
serious.
You don't
No.
have an oracle at your
No,
temple.
Apollo
Piss off.
speaks to the priests, and they are the embodiment of Apollo.
I'm beginning to see
Apollo
some
is fake, and
inter-character
your
conflict
religion is
here.
a lie.
I'm beginning to see some inter-party conflict here.
Your entire religion and belief is a lie.
The
Do,
cake
do
is a
not
lie.
pass go. Do not collect $200.
All right. Well, Inti, you do know that this is a monumentous occasion, though, because rarely do the tribes come to the bunkers, and you know exactly what this is. This is a bunker.
For the
Ket,
nuclear apocalypse.
it's an old world bunker. It has some old world tech. One could assume that it was used for some type of catastrophe.
Okay.
Ket and Rodney would recognize this place, but you guys have only been here once before. This is definitely a rare occasion.
Yeah.
But the door opens up, and you see on the other side there is a man dressed rather
Provocatively.
no. I as respectfully as possible, I would say flamboyantly. He has a very large headdress on, with feathers.
Apollo, is that you?
No, it's not. This is
No, you
nothing
dumbass.
like Apollo. He has some on either sides of the headdress. He has multiple beads coming down to his hips in different colors and whatnot. He is wearing a bone chest piece, but instead of what you saw the chief wearing in ceremony, this is pretty much covering not only his chest but also his back, his shoulders. One could imagine that this is a medieval knight in old-fashioned Indian bone armor, if one were so inclined. He is wearing a skirt of sorts made out of what you guys could see is some very supple leather. And he has some very plain tongs on his feet, kind of laced up all the way to about mid-calf. And in his hands, he is holding a rifle. And he comes forward and he regards you guys. And he speaks in Sioux. It is wonderful to see you again. It's been some time. This man, as he draws closer, you can see the remnants of elf ears kind of peeking behind the headdress. He is very...
I would like to say it's an honor to see you again as well, Elder. Insu.
The chief actually looks at you approvingly, Inti. And he ends up echoing the same thing in perfect Sioux, and he kind of gives a respectful bow to him, and then they kind of clasp hands and shake. And the what you would assume is this great chief just stands aside and lets your tribe walk in.
Hey, that was my work phone. Give me 1 sec. I might need to go.
Go ahead and handle that, Brandon. But yeah,
I got a power fail. Yeah, I need to go. It was fun tonight. RT, I'll get back with you later. All right.
Real quick, do you mind giving us a quick session review?
What do you mean? Like, just go over what we did real quick?
Yeah. What you think about the session?
As far as the session goes, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the roleplay aspects. I enjoyed getting to spend my money. I would have liked to have had a pocket bitch like what's his dig over there.
Jeez, so disrespectful.
Obviously, but it was a good session. Honestly, I honestly enjoyed not having the combat aspect as well. It was nice just getting to do some role play. I would like to get to do a lot more character building outside of the combat
Mhm.
personally, but past that, I mean, I definitely had a good time. I enjoyed it. I am sorry that my work got in the way, but being
No,
on
it's all
call
good, man.
is being on call, so
It is what it is, man. Go make your bread. But
Yeah.
as far as as character building, as far
It'd be
as
a
like
lot better if you just
okay.
asked me straight questions. By the way,
As far as character development and whatnot, we have a long campaign ahead of us. But we will talk further as far as that is concerned in the group chat. But yeah, go ahead and go skedaddle, go to work. You
All right.
lazy dick.
Appreciate it. Y'all have a nice night. Apparently, your prayers for this hurricane or this tropical storm not affecting me did not work. So fuck y'all. But y'all have a nice night.
All right, man. Good night.
Later.
All right, night, y'all.
Continuing on. You guys are you guys going to be going in?
Sure.
Alrighty.
So,
So you go in.
Yeah, I'll
you
definitely follow.
you notice that everyone ahead of you is giving a respectful bow to this chieftain, and he is just nodding to everyone as they pass. Are you going to render the same?
Would
yes.
under courtesy.
Yes.
Hey, Rodney is a 17-year-old punk that got with the crows because he's smart. Like,
But yes, you guys go through rendering the same respects. Aside from Rodney, who does a curtsy, you are looked at rather, the fuck. But you end up going through. You end up going through, and so the area you walk in through, at first it's dark, and then you see a glow up ahead. And as you go into this glow, you are greeted with an entire city underground.
holy shit.
The city is set up in some form of cylindrical like pattern. One could assume with a history check, real quick, if you would like.
Sure, I'll do it.
14.
Morgan.
That is going to be 18.
18. And Cedar, are you going to be making a history check or no?
Yeah, I'll make a history check too. And I rolled a 6.
Yeah, so Cedar is still amazed at what Apollo has created. The rest of you guys would notice that this is probably not just a bunker, but it almost seems as if it's a nuclear warhead silo. The warhead has long since been launched, of course, but it seems to be that a city has been made around the remnants of a nuclear silo.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Looking around, there are several different levels, all made out of wood. and some scrap steel and sheet steel and whatnot, of walkways and kind of drilled or into the side of this, or possibly in venting areas. There are, houses, shops, things of that nature. This is a rather large city. Just giving a cursory glance around, you could assume that there's about 2,000 people that live here. But yeah, you end up following the tribe down to the bottom, and as you guys begin getting down to the bottom, you hear alarms blare, and a couple of pretty much like strobe lights are just kind of spinning around. And you as you look up, you see some sunlight being, like cracking through as the silo door is being opened. And you see your vehicles have now been moved to a different location, of course, but they have been moved over to the opening of the silo. And you are also seeing very, very, very large elevators are lifting up. Are you guys going to stick around and see what's happening?
Are we going up?
I
Did we
want to
die?
watch
Are we
the
going
cool-
up to Olympus? Are those elevators to Olympus?
Chill, Apollo boy.
Apollo was Roman, you nut.
The chief corrects you.
Damn, that's
Greek,
crazy.
actually.
Sorry, yeah, Apollo was Greek. My bad.
Potato.
Is anyone going to be watching what is going on?
Hercules and assumed off of that.
Is anyone going to be watching other than Rodney?
Be watching for sure.
I
I'm
believe
watching
everything.
I believe Ket is holding his finger up at the yes, I will as well.
Yeah, I will.
Ket,
Sorry, I had a
Cedar, and Rodney are watching. Are you watching as well, Morgram?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are watching this operation. It does end up taking quite a few minutes, but at first you see the land ship is being driven onto this elevator. It is large enough to hold a land ship, in which case, after the land ship is parked, you see it being lowered down to the bottom level before it is driven off into a parking area. You have a feeling that this entire operation is going to take a couple of hours. But the chief, he ends up just kind of sitting around watching with you guys, and Chandler, of course, is watching. And Chandler explains to you guys, with the chief just looking on. Not very many people know about these bunkers. So in order to keep them a secret, we have devised a way to bring all of our vehicles below ground. The operation will probably take a few hours, but after the silo doors close, you won't notice anything happen. Like if you were to be standing up top, you wouldn't notice that anything was amiss.
Well, that is quite nifty
Wow.
to have.
Yeah,
What
we'll
about
definitely
the
vocalize
car tracks?
about how amazing that is.
Yeah, it's I mean, this is how we keep control. Looking further on,
And honestly, Pat, as far as tracks go, I would imagine because of the way our caravan is, we would have like maybe the last couple vehicles in the caravan have like brushes on the back of their vehicles to wipe the sand and dirt clean so that we don't leave tracks.
one could probably assume, yeah.
Allegedly.
But allegedly. But as you guys are watching this, you're just kind of taking in the scenery of this area. All the lights in this area have no flame.
Oh, the electric?
So
Rodney,
I'm gonna look
you
at this man here who's.
go ahead, Cedar.
No, go ahead. Oh, I was gonna look at this man. He was showing us all these cool things. I'm like, so, what did Apollo name all of this? This mighty gift he has given us.
Uh, Chandler, he just rolls his eyes at you. He said the people of the old world created these silos to defend themselves with weapons of. I mean, one could only assume that a god could create the same amount of destruction as these weapons, but the old ones, they were able to create these weapons of so much power, and the inscription over the top said that this was bunker 736. We call it home.
Damn.
We
These are wild.
we call it home. Like this, that's the. But whenever he says home, he says it in Sioux.
Oh, gotcha.
But again, as you guys, but to answer your question, Rodney, you would notice that this is definitely electricity that is powering these lights.
Nifty.
But as you guys are looking around, you see better in this light. Your eyes have adjusted, and you can see some sweatshop like factories, as in all it is just mass production of people putting things together. No real machinery to do so, other than hand tools and whatnot. But you see ammunition factories, you see gun factories. You see people working on vehicles, things of that nature. And it seems to be standardized mass production. Rather efficient, as you guys are kind of looking on.
Look at them go.
Yeah. It's at this point that right as the doors finish closing, you hear a horn or an alarm sound, and the spinning lights have stopped. And then almost at the same time, you hear another horn, but this is more or less like an air horn. And you see people begin packing up, finishing their tasks for the day, packing up everything that they have, and they're beginning to disperse into what you would assume is their homes.
So what's the task for the day, Chandler? Walking past everyone, going home.
Well, the chief is receiving orders at the moment, and as you look to go see where the chief would be sitting, he's disappeared.
The man's quiet.
Chandler will then lock eyes with Morgrim. Not saying anything, but he locks eyes with you.
I just kind of give him a very inquisitive look.
He just closes his eyes and nods at you, and he tells you guys, hey, I mean, you can explore if you'd like. Kind of see what all this area is about. It's very rare that anybody gets to come up here. Everyone in this silo is a brave, so mind your behavior.
Oh, me being me, I'm gonna go track down the engineering department people. I imagine they exist somewhere.
Yeah, the thing is you're starting to see everyone disperse. There is a conglomeration at a place where you're starting to hear music being played. Would you guys like to go in?
Of course. Good vibes.
I'm assuming everyone is going to be going in.
Yeah, I'll go in.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, yeah, whenever you guys walk in, at first you were greeted by a bar. This seems to be a social area, but in the back you see some people. They're beginning to kind of clear away, pretty much like a ring, and there seems to be some ropes kind of tied around and whatnot. And at the side of the ring, you can see some people beginning to tie some, or tape some gloves around their hands and whatnot. They're taking off their shirts, taking off their shoes. Seems to be that there's about to be a
beds
fight.
being made?
What was that?
Is there bets being made?
Oddly enough, no. You would assume that if one were to see some fights, there would be some betting involved, but all it is just, if anything, it's just a conglomeration of people with some form of drink in their hand, and they're just watching or chit-chatting among themselves.
Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna sit by the ring, watch the fights.
Yeah.
I shall do.
I'm gonna walk up to the nearest person and ask them how to get in on some of the action.
Yeah, all you have to do, the bartender, you end up asking the bartender. The bartender just says, yeah, all you have to do is just, I mean, you're going to sign a waiver, so here's the waiver, but yeah, just put your name in this book. Mostly the fights are done for fun, and it's until knockout, so be careful you don't get a concussion, he chuckles, and then he goes over and serves someone else.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Whoop whoop.
Morgan, what are you
Place
doing?
your bets. Everyone, place your bets.
As you say that,
I'm intrigued. I'm gonna head over.
as you say that, Cedar, the bartender stops and he says, "There is no betting in here."
Oof.
But Morgrim is intrigued.
Intrigued by the fight?
What are you doing, Morgrim?
Yes. I'm gonna head over and check it out.
You go into
Actually, I'm
partake.
gonna get in on it.
All right, so you're gonna have to sign a
yeah.
waiver and put your name in a book. Yeah. So you guys end up.
That was my time.
You guys end up.
Before
What's up, Morgan?
I was just gonna hop on this thing that's tall, where I can stand above the crowd of fighters,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to deliver my catchphrase.
As you were climbing up, you see the fighters in one last bit of preparation. They end up taking their that like a well, no, actually no, not in this culture. They end up stripping down stark naked and then they end up putting on some what you would think is traditional Indian loincloths, and some paint is painted on them, and then they climb in and they begin just duking it out, and they are hitting each other with everything that they have. But yes, go ahead and say your catchphrase. I know you've been waiting.
Deliver my line before the fighting begins.
Okay, so right before the fighting begins, I know you've been dying.
I'm just gonna start beating on my chest. Oh yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna start beating on my chest. I am Morgrim Hollow, keeper of the sacred bonfire, wielder of the flame of Smith and Wesson. Your paltry fighting skills will not save you, fuck nuggets! And I just jump into the fucking ring.
Oh, Jesus criminy.
That is highly
We were told to
inadvisable.
behave.
Hey, Rodney, you start placing bets?
You will see before you do this. I will say that you will see. This is meant to be a one-on-one fight.
Oh, so you just said they started climbing in and fighting.
Yeah, it's just 2 fighters at the moment.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
that's what you
I'm just
did.
gonna jump down and just continue to beat my chest like an angry fucking silverback.
And yeah, you sign the waiver. You put your name in the book. So yeah, there are a few fights that end up going on. Are you guys wanting to talk to the fighters?
Man, I'm
Nah, I
trying to
already
psych
know who I'm
myself
betting
up.
on.
I'm sitting here nudging Cedar, passing him like 5 gold.
You guys are making bets.
Making bets.
Hell yeah.
I'm
So
just
yeah,
gonna take a quick sip or gulp of my heaven moonshine.
uh-huh.
We dull the pain before the pain begins.
Yes, so you guys end up it's a long time to wait before you guys end up fighting. Is anyone wanting to talk to the fighters after they are done to kind of see why this is happening the way it is?
No, I just want to see somebody bleed.
I'm looking forward to watching
I will.
Orgrim
I'll
fight.
try to make conversation with some of my competitors.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you
hear that, Morgan? He's talking shit on you, bro.
yeah, so one of the fighters who ended up winning, he climbs out of the ring, wiping blood from his mouth. He has a gash over the eye, and he's ripping his tape off, kind of taking a breath, like, oh, fuck, that hurt, But yeah, you approach him, Ket.
All right. I'll just hey, good job in there. I can
Thanks.
only hope to do as good as you did. It was a good fight.
He looks you up and down. You're not made yet, aren't you?
He said, "What?
You're not made, aren't you?
You're not made, aren't you?" I don't know what that means.
Well, that answers the question. Well, I hope you do too. I hope you do even better than I do, but yeah, that was a tough fight. That dude hits like a fucking truck.
I kind of chuckle, and I'll ask him, what's this all about anyway? Why are we fighting?
Well, honestly, it's to keep our skills sharp. Bunker life, if you let it get to you, it'll make you soft. Softness isn't particularly well liked in the crows, if you've kind of understood that. But yeah, it's just to keep our skills honed, keep us tough, keep us focused on the fight. That's why there's no bets.
Oh well, that's good.
Rodney,
Yeah,
Rodney.
nice friendly spar. Then this should be good then.
Yeah, he'll test your metal, and he just kind of slaps you on the chest and walks off and gets himself a drink. But I could only imagine like Rodney and Cedar overhearing this, and they just kind of exchange looks like, huh, as they're passing gold between each other.
Shoot.
You already know.
I've
But
already
yeah.
got a plan too. As soon as Ket and Morgrim enter the ring, use my tinkering to make a big old sign.
Yeah. So first one up is
Who's gonna
Ket.
win?
First one up is
Find
Ket.
out tonight. The bunker fighting.
So
Hold
Ket.
on. Can we
Yeah, go ahead,
make a
Cedar.
little stadium like that? So me and fucking Ragni here.
It would be frowned upon in this establishment.
I was saying we can make like a little podium, like for like football and stuff. Oof.
It would be frowned upon in this establishment. This isn't meant for entertainment.
Oh, the delay is back.
Oh, the delay is back. Yeah, they've probably got some stuff going on downstairs. We're almost done anyway. As a matter of fact, I think that we can call it here. Get into our after session review. So for those of you watching, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Sorry about the delay that happened at the end of the episode, but again, we hope that you guys leave a like if you guys like this. Go ahead and leave a like. Like the page. Make sure you hit the follow button on the page as well, so you guys get notifications that we're going live. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please, if you haven't already, give us a like, subscribe, hit the bell, drop a comment. Help the algorithm. Help the algorithm. But without further ado, we're going to get into our Dice of Destiny to see who is going to be giving us our, be the first to give us an after-session review. I will, however, say that before we get into this, Ket... Actually, I think all of you did some good role play, and I will even say for Brandon as well. All of you guys have received a inspiration die tonight, so go ahead and mark that on your character sheets, and we'll go get into the Dice of Destiny, which says number 2, and that is Mike. Mike, what is your after session review?
I think it was good. I definitely agree with Brandon. I loved having the role play heavy session. I totally fucking enjoy just battling it out and gunfights and stuff like that. I think that's just awesome. It keeps your adrenaline pumping and stuff, but the role play is really cool. It's a huge part of D&D, and it was really one of the things that I was looking forward to most about playing D&D is being able to talk through a story like that. I think that's awesome that we just had a whole session of nothing but role play. Like I don't think nobody even rolled initiative this session, and I think that was great. No, got me a little girly following me around. Still gonna see how that goes. Gotta make sure the wife doesn't get jealous.
Hey, if the wife wants to play, that's a character for her.
No, other than that, it's gonna be great. Yeah, you'll have to make her a sheet or whatever, a stat block, and we can transfer it into a character sheet if she ever decides to hop in.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll do that this next week, and I'll even send it to you. Well, that is if I have time, because I have school every day during the week now.
Awesome.
So, but yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Anything that we can improve on?
I know that a lot of us, including myself, have internet issues which cause lag and cutting, and not the emo cutting, and just interruptions to unintentional unintentional interruptions when people are talking, and maybe trying to figure out a better system for communication, like role play. Like I know you try to have us take turns, each individual person telling part of their story. but there are some interruptions, and I think a lot of that has to do with just lag, not realizing that the other person's still talking, and you try to just jump in with something real quick. Um,
Well,
but I think
I mean,
definitely
that's
be
as
courteous of another person's role play turn.
yeah. As much as we try to meter it, because we do try to actively meter interruptions and whatnot. The thing is unless you're in a face-to-face setting, not through this interface, but actually at a table, gathered together in person playing, there's only so much that you can do. So I mean, it's something that we're gonna have to get through. I'm not saying that it will be fixed, but I'm also not going to say that we're not going to do anything about it. Well, we need to still try to meter ourselves as far as interruptions are concerned. But yeah, the thing is it just comes to internet and this virtual setting. So it is what it is. We'll try to get better about it, but there's only so much we can do. But yeah, thanks, man. We're gonna move on to Cedar.
I think
Oh,
one
wait.
day
Yeah,
we should
yeah.
all get together and have like just go on like a vacation or something and meet up somewhere at a hotel for a night and just have a just all out D&D fest.
I would fucking love that, but we have to get
Be kind
resources
of
together.
difficult to do. Yeah.
But yeah, if that's it for you, Mike, we will move on to Pat.
I had a lot of fun this session, even though nothing too much happened. But I'm slowly getting into or back into all this stuff. Sorry for missing a couple sessions. And also, I forgot who sent it, but someone sent me a little thing about um Apollo, so I'm gonna go read through that this weekend and learn a little bit more so I can put it together better. So whenever I have random like praying sessions, I can be a little more verbal about it.
Okay, yeah, that'll be good. So that is a pro and a con out of you, I think. You got anything else for us?
Mm-hmm. That should do it.
Alrighty, we'll move on to Austino. Austin.
Yeah.
What is your after session review?
Um, I liked it. I got to use my new catchphrase, which everyone is going to hear every time we enter battle.
Do you have any pros and cons and whatnot of the session?
No. Sorry, I was changing it over to just to pick up my voice. I didn't have to hold down buttons. More roleplay intensive. Good backstory. I mean, good story development, and we might be able to get a jump on this looming threat to the east before it gets too out of hand.
Hopefully.
Or at least be a little bit prepared so we don't get our asses absolutely handed to us. Just need one guy to go out there and check. One of three things is going to happen. He's going to come back and say nothing's out there. He's not going to come back at all, or he's going to find shit, bring it back, and let us know, hey, we got a problem.
Yeah.
But no, overall, I think the session was really good. I don't really have any cons aside from the fact that we obviously haven't had Baker in like 2 weeks, and then B had to cut out because, which is ironic. He's cut out more than anybody else pre-session only because of work. None of us have ever had to cut out for work.
Yeah, Brandon.
Three of us are in the military.
Yeah, well, Brandon, whenever he's on his call days, it's because he works for the city. It's kind of he kind of works for the city, but pretty much works for the city. It's kind of an all hands on deck kind of thing. So I'm not going to hold that against him at all.
Oh no, I'm well aware, and I wouldn't either. I get it. I get the job is difficult, but I mean, it sucks for him because now he has to get caught up, and he's not, he wasn't really part of the ending of the story here.
Mhm.
But that's more of like his problem kind of thing as opposed to the group's problem. So
Yeah.
it's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah, but Brandon was the reason why he wasn't with us for the last campaign that we were in was he was worried that he wasn't going to be able to have time for it because he was definitely wanting to play. It's just with him being on call and all that shit. Um, I could definitely tell you right now, Brandon doesn't like cutting out like that. But
Nope, I know he doesn't.
speaking for Brandon, now that he's got a little bit more confidence and being able to actually, for the most part, be able to be here for the sessions, he's having a blast with it. He really is. But yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
me
you can
and you have
definitely
played.
tell he's having fun.
mm-hmm.
A few years ago, I don't know if you remember Warren, but that he introduced us to it was, I guess it was more like a chat room, almost like a subreddit where you look, guys, you'd have loved this. It was all based out in space. You create your own civilization, your own race, and everything. It was fucking nuts. But this man literally came up with an entire race from top to bottom, the whole fucking shebang,
That was
including
me.
a
I got
global
him into
economy for his planet.
that. That was me. I got him into that, and then Brandon.
That was you that got him into that. That shit was awesome.
Yeah, nation
That's
states.
impressive.
It's fucking amazing. I actually want to get back into nation states.
Yeah, when it would be very nice because, like, when I tell you that this shit was like, you had to have your shit figured out. I mean, there was a lot of hours of typing involved.
Yes.
Like, and Brandon, when anything is to do with roleplay, the man takes it to a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm. Actually,
I'm excited to see what he can actually do.
Yeah, actually, out of us in the group that were a part of that back in high school, the only person who was more extensive than Brand was me, and that was just because I had more time in it. Brandon came out with that shit up damn near overnight.
Yeah, I feel like I was pretty well prepared in that game.
Mm-hmm.
But those two motherfuckers they had way more time than I did to spend in it.
Mm-hmm.
I was the only one in our group that had a job.
Mm-hmm.
I've been the dad of our friend group for nigh on a decade.
But yes, we're gonna move on in our after session review and get back to Joshy Poo.
Yeah. Pros. I agree with everyone else. I feel like the story moved along very well. We get to see more interaction with the townsfolk. This time, more of a happy celebration, sad celebration. I'm excited to see where it goes with this bunker and the orders, because I feel like there's more bunkers, more fun to be had.
Maybe.
And the only cons I have is probably just for myself. Kind of got to flesh out Rodney a bit.
Yeah.
Really flat. I gotta find that niche for him.
Yeah.
But then again, I was a little more distracted. My ADD kicking hard.
No. Yeah. Usually you have like especially with what was his name? The last character.
Oh, my last character. Yeah, Grayling or whatever.
Yeah.
I still have him saved.
But with him,
Slythe.
Slythe, that was his name. With Slythe, you had him like fleshed out, ready to go. But I'm thinking that you need to kind of experience a little bit more of this world because in the world that we were playing in the last campaign, you were more aware of how things worked. And this is still kind of a new world kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm more well versed with Yeah, and I think for how I've been playing him, he already has the understanding of the cruelty, but I don't think he's like, I don't know. I'm waiting for like an event to happen. That's gonna like, I think that's what it is.
Hmm.
Like I think Rodney needs that event that makes him realize like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
so
that event could be
but I
coming
don't
up.
know. I'll eventually flesh him out. It's just a con for me.
Hmm. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that event could potentially come out, but as far as I'm concerned, man, you guys did wonderfully, and I'm really happy that whenever I give you guys time to have your own role play and you get to interact with the world, there's almost no hesitation with you guys. There's immediate interaction. I really
Oh.
love that with players. Um, so you guys are doing fucking
Hey, I got to make a
amazing in that.
kid's I got I got to make a kid's day. Except
Yeah,
for
that was awesome.
Yeah,
three more charges of tinkering, and that talking doll's gonna disappear.
But
yeah. No, I caused 2 heartbreaks in one night.
but yeah, you guys are definitely really blowing me away, and it really doesn't take much with you guys. Even with I have some veterans of my old campaign, and I have some new guys in here. You guys are just hitting it off like no other. So I am definitely happy that is going on. As far as cons are concerned, I'm not sure if I have one. And if I would have one, I would say, uh, flesh out characters a little bit more. Josh did bring that up, and I definitely agree with him. But I don't think that Josh is the only one. Into Brandon's character, I think Brandon needs to do a little bit more to flesh out his character a little bit. Pat, a little bit more fleshing out as far as like knowing what your god is, what he is the god of, and whatnot. Um, Austin and Mike, you guys have been doing a pretty damn good job. So keep up the good work. I see Ket as a guy who likes to interact with the world, and I really like that. And Morgrim, he's always looking on high for guidance, but also takes that guidance to heart. It's not just a hey, there's this thing happening. It's okay. There's this thing happening. What can I do to influence the world that doesn't necessarily know about my patron? How can I influence the people around me in order to investigate this? So I'm really liking how you guys are handling all of these choices that are placed in front of you. Other than that, I don't really have anything else. I appreciate you guys playing and whatnot. So if anybody has anything else to say, now is the time.
And no, I normally stick around and bullshit with.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm gonna go get some sleep finally.
well then with that I think that's it. So those of you watching, again, please like, share, subscribe. Make sure to follow and whatnot. Help out the channel, and we hope to see you again. Next time on Broken Earth.